Everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we're back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And yeah, man, we're in here, man. We're finally in here. Sorry, I'm a little late, man. Try to start at 8:30. I'm a little late. Just getting home. So yeah, man. I hope everybody's having a great day. We're definitely here, man, and we gotta talk this boxing today, man. It's a lot to come up, man. There's a lot, a lot of subjects that I want to touch on today, man. There's so many different new things going down in boxing right now, man, and I'm excited, man. I'm kind of excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to talk about it, man. Black Horseman, what's going on, man? How you doing today, bro?
Doing good, man. I
Oh,
ain't even lie, man.
unbiased biased boxing ties a back-to-back banger. What's going on, you guys? What's going on, Black Horseman?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. I actually just woke up, bro.
You just woke up, yo.
Yeah, man. It's actually my birthday today. Wife hooked it up today, man. You know, you eat a
Yo,
big meal.
wow. Yo. Happy
I ate a big
birthday,
meal,
Black
bro.
Horseman, man. Happy
No
birthday,
doubt.
dude.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, homie.
It's a birthday special with Black Horseman. And a honeymoon special for
For unbiased.
unbiased.
Yeah, man. Can you
How's
guys hear me?
marriage? How's marriage
Yeah, we
been
hear you, bro.
treating
It's been good, man. I just got married, Now I'm in Dominican Republic, just hanging out.
Oh wow, man! You could get in a lot of trouble in Dominican Republic, man. Be safe, man. You can get into a lot of trouble, man. There's a lot of different women out there. Wow, man. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
somebody's cracking one open. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Celebration.
You ready?
Uh,
You
uh,
ready now? Celebration.
uh-oh. It's you're cracking it open, man. Yo, I was listening to World Breaker earlier, man. Unbiased, man. You had a lot to say on there too, man. I mean, how you feeling about everything, man? I mean, how you feeling about the Canelo versus Charlo situation? First off, I want to say shout out to Dietrich Beats in the chat. What's up, Corey? Diego 619 says, "What's up, bro?" Dietrich Beats says Canelo will duck Charlo. Oh wow, okay. Sal Gutierrez says Corey Lee brother, Canelo the king. He says, how old is Black Horse? He's young enough, man. He's young enough. Dietrich B says it's a celebration. and Lawrence Williams says, what's good? Evil Green just came through the back door, said, what's up? So yeah, I'm biased, man. I mean, how are you feeling? I feel like it touched a nerve on you on that show, man. I mean, you weren't on there, you were in the comment section like me, man. But I heard you, finning off the savages
Yeah,
out
man.
there, man. Savages.
Yeah, man. They had me out there defending Triple G, and you know me, how much I hate Triple G. But the stuff they were just saying just logically doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? They're talking about
That's what I
Charlo.
know, man. Break it down for us, man. Damn.
They're talking about Charlo as if he's fought
He's a
these
god.
monsters.
He's a god,
Wow.
dude. He's a god. Unbiased. You didn't know?
I
Oh,
don't get
battle
it.
rifle. You're back, dude. What's going on?
When did I
Nah,
leave?
he doesn't learn his
Oh.
lesson. What's up, Battle Rifle? Fuck with you.
What's up? How's it going?
Oh.
I knew.
Good, bro. Good,
I
man.
knew. I knew Battle Rifle was throwing up in his mouth when he was listening to them talk about Triple G so bad.
Oh my God,
Man,
Battle Rifle.
what all was they saying?
Too, man. I mean, they were just going in over there, man. They were just, like I said, I still got love for World Breaker, man. But we were disagreeing, man. We were disagreeing on that one, man. I mean, I was not feeling that shit, man. He's talking about, what I'm saying. I said, I'm gonna let him ride, what I'm saying. But when we come on my show, it's game time, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's that real shit over here.
it's just pretty much saying like, that, Charlo is the man, Charlo, and all this. I'm like, dude, Canelo Alvarez got a better resume than Charlo. He's Charlo, I mean, Charlo versus Canelo would be a great fight, and it looks like a duck. I'm not gonna lie with the whole situation going on over there. But the realest is the real, man. You know what I'm saying? Charlo has nobody on his resume like a Triple G. Charlo doesn't even have anybody on his record like a Laura. I mean, and this dude Canelo fought Laura years ago. So what? I mean, you know what I mean? It's pretty much checkmate with that joint. You know what I mean?
Or Corey, or Shane, or Kodo,
Oh, and their
or
argument over there was like their argument. You know, World Breaker was just pretty much saying that, you know, man, you know, Canelo didn't even knock out. Canelo didn't even Mosley. I'm like, he was 19. This dude was like 18 years old fighting Mosley.
What I don't get is how people can say, "Oh, he couldn't knock out Shane Mosley." I don't think people understand how. No, it's not even that. I don't think people understand how good Shane Mosley's chin is. The guy was only being stopped like one time, I think, in his whole career, and the guy just took bombs from punchers. Like you can see when he fought Vernon Forrest that this guy has a chin, and Vernon Forrest put him on this.
And then they try to say that Triple G doesn't have a solid chin, and because Canelo couldn't even knock him out. Yeah, they said Canelo couldn't knock Triple G out, so he doesn't have power. It's like, Triple G has a solid chin.
I seen you in the chat too, Unbiased. You was going in too, Unbiased. I was like,
Unbiased, man. See, when you unbiased, you keep that shit
holding back in the chat, yo.
Man, you guys know how much I don't like Triple G, but I'm sitting here having to disagree. Usually I shit on Triple G. I'm not even gonna lie, but I mean, the stuff they were saying just didn't make sense.
Right. See, hey, you got to just keep it 100, bro. Whether you like somebody or not.
I wanted to be that person to be like, this guy should be fighting this guy, and they was like, you got to put the word out there to these fighters. Tell these fighters that they need to fight them. And I know the thing is, these probably people don't read their tweets like that. When they saying, hey, fight these people. I want the fight between the big people, but I have to be honest and say that he took 2 hard fights. So if he fight Rocky Fitting, that's okay. But if he ducks him out,
he did take 2 hard fights in a row. Let's be honest. I'm a Charlo fan too. I'm not, but I can't be biased with this. Canelo Alvarez, 2 hard fights in a row with a division, supposed to triple draw with the one say Triple G. But a lot of people say he clearly won the second fight. So you want him to fucking go after another boogeyman in a row? This dude would have no career after all these hard fights in a row.
I mean, is Charlo
touch up?
Is it me or the?
Yeah, Corey's breaking up. I thought that was
breaking up, kind of Corey.
Breaking up. I thought it was me.
Nah, he breaking up.
Hey, but is Charlo even a boogeyman? Like, are we calling him a boogeyman too early? I mean, who is he knocked out?
No, I'm saying Triple G. He was the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Corey, you at the hotel still, bro?
Yeah, I'm still at the hotel.
God damn. That Wi-Fi is choppy, buddy.
Yeah. We can hear you now.
Hold on.
We hear you now, though. It's just in and out.
Damn. Oh, man, I might have got on the wrong Wi-Fi. There's like 10 different Wi-Fi.
I hate that you have to go all the way up to the front desk.
I must have connected to.
I hate one. They make you go to the front desk to get the Wi-Fi password.
I know. Just let me know. Is this how y'all? Can y'all hear?
You still breaking up?
It's still breaking up, bro.
All right, hold up. Let me see. Let me see. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you good, man? I was on my live stream, so I was trying to figure out this damn connection, man. Oh, go ahead, y'all. Y'all go ahead and bust it down, man. I'm gonna try.
But go ahead and continue, Unbiased, man. I wanted to hear a little bit more, man, because you was talking about how, you're not even really big on Triple G like that, but you just had to kind of like speak that real.
Yeah, well, it was just what they were saying. It just didn't make sense. You know what I mean? That Triple G, he didn't fight anyone at 160. And in comparison, who did Charlo fight at 160? Like Hugo Centennial? Like, come on, man. If you're gonna say that, then you got to turn around and just be honest with yourself about Charlo's resume as well. And it's not good. It's not a good resume.
It's not a good resume.
Yeah,
Neither. I mean,
the J Rock ran is good, you know, but the best guy J Rock fought was Centeno, and I think that wasn't even a win. It was like a disqualification or something. So,
The
you
best
know,
fight, the best fighter that both of the Charlos fought probably is J Rock. You know, unless
actually
you want to
Jamel
say
fought
Oscar
Trout.
Trout,
Actually, Jamel fought Trout. He didn't fight
both of them
J Rock.
fought. Both of them fought.
Yeah, but they ain't fight J Rock though.
Oh yeah, my
Jamel.
bad, my bad. You're right, you're right. So yeah, you're right. That is probably. I mean, I think Trout is a better win. You know,
yeah,
Why?
I would say
Can y'all
Trout's a
hear
better
me?
one.
Can
That's
y'all hear me now? Now?
look.
still breaking up,
You're
dog.
still breaking up. You're still breaking up.
Back again, man. Damn. Go ahead and let it rip.
All right.
That reminds me. Why hasn't Jamel gotten a fight with J Rock or something? Can he get that fight? I mean, can't
Because
J Rock?
man,
But
none
they
of that,
just
none.
ordered. If you didn't know about it, they just ordered Laura versus Julian J Rock at 154 for the
Echo.
eliminator.
Yeah,
Who was
that's
that?
Everybody's fighting
Oh,
Laura
okay.
besides Charlo.
and Jared Hurd said you said he didn't want that fight, right? He didn't want the rematch.
Jerry Heard didn't want the. Yeah, he said he stated on Corey Lee's interview that he would not be giving Laura a rematch.
Oh man. See, the thing is, you know, if 54 was heating up, then it died right back down. It
Yep,
was
it died
Um,
right
definitely
back down with the
it died
Charlos.
it died
this is what
right
people
Ain't
got to
fighting
back down.
realize,
nobody.
man. This is what people got to realize about the Charlos, man. These guys look like the goods, man. They got great skills and everything like that. Same thing with Spence. The only thing about these guys, they don't have those career-defining wins, man. They don't have a great resume. And of course, we can't hold, all the blame on them for not getting these big fights because, they just haven't got these big fights yet. But for the ones that's coming out talking about these guys got great resumes and this, that, and the other, it's just kind of dumb. It's really, really kind of dumb. And it's just real, real bias. It's real, real
Man,
bias and all of that. Go
Spence
ahead,
on
bro.
Twitter, Spence on Twitter begging for
Can
fights,
y'all hear
man.
me
And
now? Can y'all hear me better
Uh
now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we hear
Spence
you now.
All
on
right.
Twitter,
Hey, look,
he
this is what I
begging.
was gonna say though. I was gonna say though, battle right. Black Horseman. Pretty much, I think that Earl Spence got a career-defining win so far. I think that Kell Brook one was, in my
Oh, yeah, yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just
You're
my
right. I
opinion.
mean,
That's just my opinion. But I don't think Charlo has that career-defining win. You know what I mean? I don't think Jamal Charlo that's at 160 pounds. He has not had a career-defining win yet. You know what I mean? I
You
will
don't
agree
think
with you on that.
J Rock was his
Hey,
win?
bro, dude, he almost lost to Nathan Gallimore, dude. Like, come on, dude.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? He's not even a world champion. You know what I mean? Like, come
yeah.
on. And he's never been a world champion. We gotta, as hard as they want to go hard on Canelo, different fight fans want to go hard on Canelo. We gotta go hard on Charlo and him. Like, who is he fought? Who the fuck is he
Nobody.
fought?
But you want to know
God
No one.
damn, dude. I
hey,
mean,
Nobody.
enough is enough, dude. You saying you can't get fights. You saying you can't get this. You can't get that. Danny Jacobs' sign is still advised by Al Heyman. There's fights out there. Maybe not the fights you want, but you know what I mean? Like I said, man. And I did see Charlo's tone switch up too when Danny Jacobs came through that hallway. I was like,
Damn.
yo,
you
Yeah.
think it's tone? You
I
think it's
was
tone
like,
switch?
yeah, dude. Like he was like, yeah, I'm waiting for Charles. I'm waiting for Danny Jacobs. And then Danny Jacobs come through the door and he's like, oh, there he is right there.
you want to know the funny thing that
Oh man.
the funny
uh,
thing the funny thing about that when PBC was like really coming up, like they had made the fights where they was like fresh and ready. I think J Rock, the guy wasn't really a name. I don't know who the guy was, but he had knocked him out like right before he fought Jamal Charlo.
I ain't know you had went. I thought you might have went to
And
the UK to go see the girl. Oh, go ahead. I thought I had it off mute. Go ahead, y'all. My bad.
Nah, we heard that. Go ahead.
and he said that he said like he wanted to get the big fights, and I think he had fought Jamal Charlo next. He had knocked him out. And the funny thing is, Wilkie Camphort was the guy who had just came off a devastating knockout and fought Jamal Charlo. So I was like, man, it was a shame we can't see fights like that no more when they come up actually good wins on from PBC side.
Hey, shout out to everybody that's in there. Games PP in the chat. He's saying Matthew Hatton, a career super lightweight, fought Alvarez at a catch weight at 154 pounds. I can see Charlo going Canelo 11th round TKO in an entertaining fight with Canelo ahead on the scorecards. Wow, so he's got Canelo getting stretched, I think, by Charlo.
That's
CB
the other
Sports,
thing,
what's
man.
up, bro? And then this Wingy Simmons in the chat says Earl Spence is not getting any fights until he enrolls in Nevada clean boxing program. Wow.
Yeah, according to some people, they think he already enrolled.
Smash that like button on your way in, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Definitely smash the like button
Twitter.
on your way in. But if you guys don't agree, I mean, that is what it is. But my personal opinion is I think that Canelo Alvarez has a better resume than Charlo does. You know what I'm saying? Than Jamal Charlo does. You know what I mean? And I just think that Jamal Charlo's got to, he's got to get those career fights. You know, he's got to get those. You know, he's got to get those names. You know what I mean?
Corey, that's not even opinion, bro. That's facts. It's just facts, bro.
Fact. Yeah,
there ain't no opinion. Other people that think Jamal has a better resume than somebody like a Triple G or Canelo, that's just opinion, bro. That's a bias and opinion. That's not facts at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they were saying earlier, they were like, who has Triple G fought? You know? And I mean, I'm like, dude, like, you know what I mean?
Go to
like,
Box Rec.
Who do you want him to fight? Like, you know what I mean? The dude's been fighting, who they put in front of. He fought Danny Jacobs. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he fought Danny Jacobs. Obviously some of these wins were close. But, I mean, you got to understand, dude, none of these fucking wins that he was fighting, dude, none of these dudes are, trash. He's fighting some, top level fights, you know what I mean? And in the beginning, of course, the Curtis Stevensons of the world and the fighters like that, I'm not defending Triple G. I'm just saying, like, the earlier fights were to build his resume. You know what I mean? That's what Charlo has to do. He's got to build his resume.
But, Corey, Curtis Stevenson and Lemieux are better than Hugo Centennial. Like, if we're just being real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's my whole point. So Charlo's being built up as a monster, yet we haven't seen
David Lemieux. I think David Lemieux can beat everybody on Charlo's resume.
For sure.
I think.
Well, you gotta understand who's the ones that's coming out saying all this stuff. Like when you talk about real bias, a lot of the ones that's coming out saying this stuff is from the same state that a lot of these fighters is from.
Oh yeah,
you got to look at the where. So they gonna put extra shit on it.
And I wish we had.
To the facts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I mean, like, Gervonta Davis ain't too far from me, you know what I mean? I'm still hard on him. I'm still, unbiased about him. I'm still like,
You cut from a different cloth, dog. You cut from a different cloth.
Fucking fight, you know what I mean? He needs to fight a little bit, better talent. I mean, obviously Gervonta Davis, they're talking about fighting Abner Mares, but I mean, I want to see Gervonta Davis, but still, Gervonta Davis is still young too. So, you know what I mean? A lot of these like Charlos, I think, what are they, 28, 29? How old are they, 25?
The Charlo brothers?
Y'all know how old the Charlos are? Yeah.
We can look it up real quick. Hey, shout out to Lawrence Williams in the chat. He says, rumor is Jamal Charlo versus Selecki on December 22nd. I like that fight.
Oh, no,
yeah, I like that.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man.
That's a good little test for Jamal.
Charlo might go to sleep in that fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you
but
think
I mean,
he's gonna get Selecki?
But Selecki, that's another one though, you guys. Like, I mean, he's all right, but like he has Selecki. Was Selecki a world champion? I'm trying to think.
I think he fought Danny Jacobs in his last fight, and it was a close fight, man. Close fight. He was tagging Danny up.
No, but
yeah, there's been
a
resurgence of a lot of Polish fighters out there, man. Like, you got Adam Kunacki, you got Spilka, you got Selecki, you got that new guy coming out of Prospect.
Battle Rifle love his Eastern European boxers, man.
No, that's what you were saying the other day, man.
Oh, that's one thing. That's one thing, man.
Isn't what's the name European? Prince Nassim?
No, he's Indian. He's Pakistani.
But he's from the UK, bro. I think.
Yeah, he's from the UK. Yeah.
Nah, Selecki is never a world champion. Was never a world champion. The only belt he's held was the vacant Republic of Poland International Super Middleweight title. So like, dude, like, you know what I mean? He did knock out Hugo Centeno, so he's pretty much fighting the guy. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's a name, but I don't know, man. Yeah, what's your
That's
call
a
on
decent
that?
fight. That's a decent fight for
It's a
Charlo.
decent fight.
I'm not mad at that.
It is a
I'm
good
not mad.
fight. I like that fight.
It's not a good fight.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fight. I mean, I guess it's a pretty good fight.
And
Lawrence
they
Williams
said the
says
Charlo
Corey
brothers is
Lee.
28.
Lawrence Williams says Corey Lee boxing. What happened to Anthony Peterson's career, and would he be a good step for Haney? Sorry if I'm off subject. Oh man, that's another DMV fighter. I mean, you know, Anthony Peterson. That's Lamont Peterson's brother. I think he's 39-1 or 40-1. He did lose that one fight to Bam Bam Rios, where he got disqualified for low blows, which he was losing that fight convincingly to Bam Bam Rios. This is more of a prime Bam Bam Rios before he went on his title run. And yeah, man, I'm not sure. I mean, you know, I'm not sure his age. I'm not sure if he's over the hill. I know he's a younger brother to Lamont Peterson, but this dude's been fighting tune-up after tune-up. And, I mean, it's just this dude's fought pretty much 40. He's fought – if he's got 40 fights, he's fought 39 tune-ups because Bam Bam Rios is the only name on his resume. I mean, I've never seen something like this. You know what I mean? Where a guy just over and over and over and over, you're just cool with just the $20,000 purses you're getting a year. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
you
like
can say that about that Filipino fighter who's like 51-0, I guess. But maybe he beat a name. I just haven't looked them up.
That's what happens a lot with the Thailand fighters. They fight like 60 fights and you don't know none of their names of the people they're fighting.
That guy who fought Lomachenko, that, you know, Pierre Pino, that guy 40, man, and like all knockouts.
Oh yeah, that dude, and that's another dude to watch, you guys. That dude, Sims Jr. That's signed by Top Rank. I mean, that's signed by Eddie Hearn.
Oh yeah, I saw him on the Zone.
Man, I like him.
Hey, Weed Degree, I didn't check
it
yet, man. My bad, Weed Degree. I didn't get to check it yet, man.
I like
what
that
you talking
dude,
about?
Sims Jr. I think he can be a world champion. I think he got all the tools you need to be a world champion, yo. In my opinion.
What weight class?
What do you guys think about him? I think he's at 147.
No, that's a 75-pounder, bro.
Oh, that's a 75-pounder? Oh, yeah, he was fighting it. Damn, my bad. I'm way off. I don't know what I was thinking, man.
But
I guess
honest,
I was
the way
thinking
they
about
shot
the main
it,
event. I was looking at the main event. Vargas was on that main event, so I don't know. I was just thinking that maybe it could have been. But what's his name? Anthony Sims? Yeah.
Anthony Sims Jr. Yeah.
He's from I think he's from Kentucky or some shit. But
he had a British accent.
Man, right now. Oh no, he was faking that. He does a lot of impersonations. He's from Plainfield, Indiana, USA. And he was signed to he was actually cousins of Floyd Mayweather. He was cousins to Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, yes. Oh, hell. Hold up, my bad. Yes, I seen that. That's the one I was telling y'all that remind me of Ali. Who was I telling that?
He's pretty much on a 15-fight KO streak.
I was telling you that, Corey. When we was I was on your live stream. I was saying this dude remind me of Ali kind of style. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying he was moving like
shocked.
Ali.
Yeah, man, that motherfucker scrap.
Just go and fight in Thailand or Mexico and you'll all those fights. Good insight interview. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? So, you know, staying on subject, what do you guys think that should be the next move for Charlo at 160?
The next move, man. I mean, if he can't get the Triple G fight,
he should get a better promoter. That's number one, or a better advisor.
Oh my God, Al Heyman ain't good enough. Hey, what's going on, man? Al Heyman ain't good.
Listen,
we gotta talk about that shit.
He ain't good.
I think
Al Heyman ain't the matchmaker, dog.
Oh. I know, but who is? And that's the problem. There is no matchmaker.
You better get
exactly. That's the problem right there.
Yeah, no that's the issue.
That's why
y'all keep talking at one time. Yo.
That's why Spence is on Twitter.
Go ahead, unbiased, and let it rip.
That's why Spence is on Twitter begging for fights, because he can't get a fight because he doesn't have a promoter, a matchmaker, somebody that has these fights set, and all you need to do is show up and train. Spence doesn't have that, and neither does Charlo, and that's why he's not getting the Triple G fights, because the promoters don't want to just work with a fighter; they want to work with a promoter. You know what I mean? Like, and let's be honest, not a lot of guys want to work with Al Heyman, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys like to brag about, man, I'm my own boss, I'm my own promoter, but they're not getting these great fights, man. But they'll talk shit about somebody like a Terrence Crawford who got top rank, or another fighter that might have have the zone or somebody, and they got slots, they got dates when they're gonna fight, who they're gonna fight, and they don't have to really trip. It may not be the top guy, but at least they can stay busy, and I can still keep building up their fan base and work their way towards a world title. But a lot of these guys, man, not taking nothing away from Al Heyman, because I think Al Heyman is putting these guys in position to make great money, like more money than a lot of fighters have been able to make early. And these guys are so young, but that's the kind of like a gift and a curse. You guys have made so much money at a early age, and I just think a lot of these guys is comfortable and they don't really have that hunger like that. But Al Heyman is not a matchmaker, man. Al Heyman is not a matchmaker, and sometimes for a certain part of your career, you need somebody that can put you in a position to get these good fights until you can get to a point where you can just demand big paydays versus anybody. You know what I mean? And be able to get your own fights. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, yo. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports in the chat, yo. Blue Blood Sports. Wow. What's going on, bro? How you doing? Champ Ross says, what's going on? He says, career is very odd to say the least. As a person, though, Anthony Peterson is a great dude. Gambled with him all night the night before Lamont fought Bradley in Palm Springs. Jazzy T says the fighter can be their own promoter, but they need to hire people to run it. Wingy Simmons says if Benavidez did not have that bad leg, it would be a 50-50 fight. Daniel Johnson says, Champ Ross says Anthony Peterson has a lot of good insight. Also didn't hold no punches back when I talked to him. Anthony Peterson would be a great interview. We Shane, Bud, and Jose the radar. Listening to y'all drop that knowledge, Blue Blood says. Oh man, no doubt, man. Salute to Blue Blood, man. We can be talking about some things you might not agree with, though, man. Talking about Canelo Alvarez having a better resume than Charlo. In my personal opinion, and this is what pretty much World Breaker pretty much blew up on the live stream when I said Canelo Alvarez is the best middleweight right now. I mean, he just pretty much blew up, dude. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, it's all good, it's all love, but it's like, like that's my personal opinion, dog. And all I was doing was typing this shit. I won't even lie.
How's that opinion?
But Corey, how's that an opinion? Exactly.
How's that opinion?
Fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
The thing is,
look at Battle Rifle.
and Battle Rifle for sure agree with that because he Canelo beat his boy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Was Battle Rifle a real Triple G fan? Is he like a real solid Triple G fan?
Any European fighter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anything from Russia or Ukraine. Battle Rifle will support.
Oh, damn, Battle Rifle. I didn't know you was getting it in like that over there, dude. Cross seas like that. But what do you guys feel about, they tripping? Oh, okay. Unbiased and Black Horseman. What do you guys think about, Canelo Alvarez being the best middleweight? Do you guys agree with that, and why do you guys agree with that? If you agree with that.
He beat the best middleweight. Yeah, he beat the best middleweight.
Well, so go ahead. I'll let Battle Rifle go first, and I'll let Black Horseman then Unbiased. You guys, go ahead, Battle Rifle.
Okay, well, I guess you can say it's always debatable. But what you got to realize is when Triple G was dominating, yeah, in a sense, he was in a weak division, but he did beat the top guys at that division, took their belts. Then the only guy who really was to take the belt was Billy Joe Sanders. And he didn't start calling him out until he fought Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Like he beat the best guy who had most of the belts. So like unless people just being like, oh, he didn't fight the new guys coming in. Well, neither did Terrence Crawford. But I'm not gonna like just bash Terrence Crawford.
So
He did what he had to do.
So do you feel right now, Battle Rifle, that Canelo Alvarez is the best middleweight? Is that how you feel? What's up?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but
Okay,
if you
he
want,
is. Okay.
yeah, if you want to be like a technical like thing, yeah, I would say he is the best middleweight.
Okay, so he is. Okay. Black Horseman Promotions, man. Let it rip. Let everybody know your side of the story, man. Let everybody know the facts from you, man. From Black Horseman. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, so like this is real facts, bro. Canelo is the best middleweight. He beat the guy that was pretty much the reigning champion at middleweight division for I don't know how many fights, man. But when you beat the best, you become the best. You know what I mean? That's not taking nothing away from Jamal Charlo, but he just got to middleweight division. He fought two fights at the middleweight division, Centeno and somebody else that I forgot because he's irrelevant. And until he gets that shot at the top dog, which is Canelo right now, he is not the best middleweight. You know what I mean? That's still yet to be proven. You know what I mean? So, that's just clear. Canelo Alvarez has a way better resume. He's been at that level a lot longer, and Jamal Charlo, hasn't got that shot yet. So we will definitely see if this guy can get in there and beat Canelo Alvarez when he gets that opportunity. But I think that if he beats Canelo, it will be considered an upset. I think Canelo is still a better fighter, man, with more experience. And it's not gonna be easy. Even if Jamal fights Triple G, it ain't gonna be an easy fight. A lot of people think that Jamal Charlo is just gonna be able to just go in there, walk Triple G down. I just don't think so. I don't think so. But I'll give him credit if he'd be able to, beat Triple G, even knock him out. And for somebody to say that Triple G don't have a good chin, what is you smoking on? What is you smoking on? You know what I'm saying? Put the shit down. The shit is lace. Because Triple G definitely has a solid chin. But, at the end of the day, man,
Yeah, but shout out to Blue Blood in the chat. He says, I agree. Canelo Alvarez has better resume, but I think when he gets the chance, Jamal Charlo will prove his worth. Lawrence Williams says, like I said before, Charlo has been elite ever since he got his laser eye surgery before the J-Rock fight. Wow, I didn't even know that. Weed Degree says Canelo is taking his Ludamus test with Rocky before he tries for Smith's belt. Standard procedure. Champ Ross says Canelo is the best middleweight right now. He proved that in the ring. Champ Ross says Charlo fought Centennial and the peg leg Highlandman. Yo, when Charlo fought that dude from Highland, that peg leg, yo, what was wrong with that dude's legs, yo? It's like his whole coordination was off. Did y'all see that fight? Oh, it was awful. It was like the worst opponent Charlo's ever fought, dude. I mean, you fucking pushing me fall over. That's how bad his legs were, dude. No coordination, no fucking foot movement at all. Zero skill, dude. I was like, how is this guy mandatory? How? Where do they find these dudes from? Like, where? The same thing that fucking Floyd Mayweather said about Adrian Broner when they got into one of their mini riffs. They said when Adrian Broner fought that guy, Mornikov or some shit. He was a Russian guy. I think he was fighting for a belt.
Oh, his name Khabib, I think.
Yeah, Khabib or some shit. Yeah. So look, when Adrian Broner fought him and Floyd Mayweather got into a riff with Adrian Broner said if it wasn't for Al Heyman, you wouldn't even be getting that title shot. And I don't even know who the hell that dude is you're fighting. He said you know what I mean? Like he went in on Adrian Broner. Do y'all remember that shit? Like he was just pretty much like, yo, if it wasn't for Al Heyman, dude, like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't even be a 3-time world champion because some of the dudes you got on your chest, nobody's heard of, nobody knows. Like, and that's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some of these guys with the PBC fight, nobody's with the fucking for the belts. You know what I mean? And I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I know when I was talking to Jared Hurd, like he fought somebody for the vacant belt. I think he fought who did he fight for the vacant belt? Was it Harrison? Tony Harrison?
It might have been Harrison.
Tony. He fought. This is a telltale sign, you guys. But these are two PBC fighters going up against each other, foul mouthing each other. Jared Hurd told me person. He said when I was I heard online that Charlo was saying that I fought for a vacant belt, and he said what the hell do you think Charlo did when he fought John Jackson? What's that dude name? What's his name? John Jackson?
Julian Williams?
Oh. No, John. I'm talking about the 154 pounder.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Didn't he fought John Jackson? Julian Jackson's son?
Yeah, John Jackson, yeah.
John Jackson was outboxing him too before he got knocked out. Wasn't that the guy? They were fighting for a vacant belt. That was for the vacant WBC belt. And a lot of people don't even know that. Jared Hurd told me that shit personally. Yeah, so, you know, guys be bad-mouthing other guys about fighting for vacant belts and shit like that. I don't give a fuck who they fight for the belt, long as it's a name and we know, you know what I mean? Like, that guy Khabib, the agent brought a fight, dude. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the dude was like 17-1 or some shit, and he was just like, we were like, dude, like, I never once heard of this dude, yo. And it was just crazy. It was right around the time where he fought Ashley Therapine. Remember that time, y'all?
To my Theophane?
Yeah, Ashley Theophane.
The thing is, I've heard from some people that he probably got robbed against Jesse Vargas. I'm not sure. I didn't see the fight, but it was probably Khabib.
Oh, I don't know. Jesse Vargas is trash, bro.
Yeah,
he's horrible, man.
Yeah, he ain't the
he
best.
He struggled with Delorme, man. That was a horrible
fight. He got his ass whooped, bro. Delorme won that fight, dog. Delorme won that fight.
Y'all think Delorme won? Wow, Wow, I mean, yeah, y'all think, wow, okay.
Delorme beat Jesse Vargas, man.
After 4 rounds, I turned it off. I'm like,
Vargas is trash, dog.
Hey,
I fell asleep on the fight.
Hey, unbiased in battle. Did y'all see that Better Be fight though? That was a good fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight, man.
I think that was a fight of the night. Yeah, I was gonna say I think that might have been fight of the night, yo.
I thought he was gonna lose, man. I thought he was about to lose that fight. But he won.
Oh, you thought better shit. Yeah, he got tested, man. He got put down with a hellacious hook. Got right back up, man, and got the knockout. That's a true sign of true champion.
But me and Black Horseman was talking about Arthur Beterbiev, and and I don't know if you agree with this, but you did say he took a lot of punishment, Black Horseman. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Not only do I think Arthur Beterbiev is the hardest puncher in that weight division at 175, but I think Colin Johnson might not ever be the same from that 4-round fight.
Yeah, it was a brutal KO.
Yeah. I'm being honest, man. Dude, he took hellacious, clean shots for 4 rounds straight. These are clean shots, dude. These aren't like on the gloves. These are flush uppercuts, flush hooks. I'm like, dude. Eddie Hearn's like, oh, he'll be back on the top again. This is what he needed. I'm like, Eddie Hearn, you weren't in there. You weren't in there.
Yeah. But Corey, do you think Badu Jack could beat Beterbiev?
I think it'll be a good fight. I truly do think it'll be a good fight.
If he get caught,
but we've also seen Badu Jack get ran through by a far lesser opponent than Arthur Beterbiev. Far lesser opponent. And that's what scares me about, Badu Jack. I think anybody at 175 can get laid down. A lot of people say, look at what happened to Beterbiev. He's trash. He got knocked out. He got knocked down, but he got back up and he finished him. As Adonis Stevenson, which a lot of you guys have as y'all #1 lightweight, he got destroyed by Darnell Boone and didn't get back up. He wasn't able to get back up. I watched that shit, dog. Yeah. He got finished. Finish him.
I mean, a lot of people, they like to go on and on about how Kovalev struggled with Darnell Boone. But look how badly he stopped him in that second fight, man.
But what about the first? You can't. That's what I'm saying. Like us as boxing fans, is like all about what's going on now. But sometimes, just sometimes, your past is brought up. You know what I mean? Because of what you're doing right now. I know a lot of people say it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It matters about what you do now, dude. But a lot of these boxers, you know what I mean? When they get knocked down or they get knocked out like that, I mean, it's hard to change Adonis Stevenson, dude, from the bad habits that he has. It's hard to change Artur Beterbiev from the bad habits that he has. I feel like these fighters are going to be what they're going to be, and it is what it is, dog. It ain't no changing that shit, dog. You know what I mean? Artur Beterbiev is one of those seek and destroy type of guys, dude. Either you're going to knock me out or I'm going to cold cock the living shit out of you. Straight up. It is what it is, dude.
It was a very good shot.
And, 14 out of 14 times, Artur Beterbiev had his hand raised with vicious KOs, dude. I mean, this dude, the way he did Tavares Cloud, dude, I was like, oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. I mean, he just blew through these guys, man. And he's still doing it now, man. Yeah, he got caught once or twice, man. But so what? He got up and finished the fight. It's not who starts the fight. It's who finishes the fight, man.
I don't know, man. I think Bivol might give him a little bit of run for his money, man. Only because there's some flaws.
Hey, shout out to Blue Blood Sports. He says Badu Jack missed a golden opportunity. And I agree with you 1,000%. Yeah, he took off half of that Adonis Stevenson fight unbiased. Your boy did. Yeah, Badu Jack, your boy.
Wait, Badu Jack's my boy now?
Yeah.
No, I think the best person with the best chance to beat Beterbiev is Bivol. And I think Alvarez might beat him too, only because he does good, but when somebody's pressing the action on him and backing him up, he doesn't. I mean, that's what happens a lot with Eastern European fighters. When you back them up, they don't know how to fight off the back foot, and that showed me that Beterbiev is the same way. And Bivol can actually fight a little bit on the back foot, and obviously Alvarez could fight on the back foot. So I think he could be outboxed just from what he was showing. But I mean, his power is unreal. So he can knock anybody out.
But he did knock out Caleb. He knocked out Caleb Johnson backing up though. He did.
He did.
You want to know the funny thing?
No, did he
touch who?
I want to ask all three of y'all a question, you guys.
Huh.
I want to ask all three of you guys a question. I want to ask Battle Rifle a question first. Battle Rifle, who is the best 175-pound in boxing? Let everybody know Battle Rifle. Then I'm gonna go to Black Horseman and then I'm biased.
It used to be Kovalev, but now with the losses, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe it's a leader.
So you don't have a 175-pounder right now, then?
Yeah. And you can't really
Black Horseman. You say you don't have one, right? Battle Rifle.
Well, the thing is, I think 75 is such a killer division, man. You got Adonis Stevenson, you got Badu Jack, you got Artur Beterbiev, man. You can't go wrong. I don't pick nobody right now.
You're not picking nobody. Battle Rifle's out of the discussion with this one. Black Horseman, man. There's a wide world of talent, dude. 175 is stacked to the gills.
Yeah.
Who you got, man? Who does Black Horseman got, dude? As your number 175-pounder.
It's a great division, man. I don't even like this guy, but until I see him get beat, I gotta say it's Adonis Stevenson, man. I see this guy get beat.
Wow.
Black
Hey,
Horseman
yo,
took my
he
pick.
got that.
all I gotta say to you, Black Horseman, boom, baby.
I don't even like this guy because I heard that what he got the I don't know
Oh
if he got a
shit.
warrant or not a warrant, but he got a he can't leave Canada or some shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
was
he's a
telling you
pimp.
about that. Remember Black Horseman? He got a pimp. He's got
Okay.
pimp in charge, so he can't. What is it called? Extradition or some shit. But he can't leave Canada. That's why, if you notice, all of his fights will be in Canada.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
mean, I know Canada's big and you know Canada's nice and all, but wouldn't you want to come to America?
I mean, yeah, I would think anybody would want to.
If I had to choose, you guys, if you guys could only fight in America or only fight in Canada, which one would you guys pick?
America.
If I was a trash fighter, I would fight in Canada because I don't think there is any Canadian fighter.
Unbiased. Let me ask who you're 175. This guy, yo. This guy.
Ah, man. Black Horseman took my pick, man. I'm going to say Adonis Stevenson as well.
No, he took your pick.
Yeah, he took my pick, man.
What?
Even with the layoffs?
Yeah, well,
What you mean?
let's be
Yeah.
honest. He's the lineal champ.
Oh, battle
I'm saying,
rifle throughout even with the layoff.
I think Adonis Stevens had defended his title for like 4 or 5 times, but it's surprising because I remember that guy had defended his title
Hey, battle rifle. You can't forget. Elder Alvarez was supposed to be getting that title shot too and never got it. Remember that battle rifle? Do you remember that when Adonis Stevenson was supposed to fight Elder Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he paid him some step aside money or something. You know.
No, he never got. From what I heard, from what his trainer said, he never got step aside money, but he got a fight that was worth even more than step aside money. So when he fought Lucien Boutte and fights like that, he got more money than he would have fought. Then he would have got on step aside money, and his trainer said he got experience from fighting these top level opposition guys that he was fighting. Elder Alvarez was fighting because Elder Alvarez's trainers, this is the same trainers David Lemieux, as the same trainers Arthur Beterbiev. They all got the same trainer, which is Ramsey out of Montreal, Canada. You guys. So I've done my research. I know these guys. I've been following David Lemieux for a long time. I've been following some of these Canadian fighters. And shout out to Ty Legacy, man, because me and him talked when I started my channel up. We talked a lot about Canadian fighters and stuff like that, man. And,
I forgot Lemieux was Canadian.
Yeah, man. Yup, he's Canadian. And but Beterbiev is Russian descent, but he resides in Canada. And he's trained by a Canadian trainer, and Elder Alvarez is trained by a Canadian trainer, Ramsey, as well. So Ramsey's got all 3 of these powerhouses in one gym, and he says that him and Alvarez and Beterbiev have great sparring sessions. Could you imagine?
Did he train?
And John Pascal, I think he trained him as well.
Yep, I know
John Pascal is finished.
Man,
Hey, but Corey, so Corey, your pick.
Up.
Obviously, Corey, your pick is Beterbiev, right?
I mean, how do you know that?
Because I think that's what you're about to say, right?
Let me read Blue Blood's comment. Let me read some of you guys' comments in the chat before I let you guys know who I'm picking. Blue Blood Sports says, "Oh, combo number 9." Okay, hold on. Let me go all the way back to Champ Ross. Champ Ross, it's a shame how inactive Beterbiev is. Has too many hands in the cookie jar managing his career. That is very true. Combo breaker number 99 says Beterbiev was getting caught with the overhand right. He got caught one time. I don't think he was getting caught all night though. Blue Blood Sports. That was, Liam Colin Johnson only had I don't even think the only round he won was the knockdown round. He wasn't winning or nowhere near close to winning any of those rounds. Other than the round that he got knocked down. And that round that Arthur Beterbiev got knocked down in, you could possibly score that a 9-9 round because he didn't do a lot. He wasn't active enough, in my opinion. He was throwing punches, but, Beterbiev was catching some of those on the glove, man. And way Beterbiev, winds up, man, he catches him, man. When he catches you, dude, it's night, dude. I'm just being honest, man. While Weed Degree says Beterbiev versus Bivol is a good dust up. Armando says, I mean, Kovalev, Alvarez, and Bivol can give him a run. Combo 99 says set 175 spot is vacant. Since Warren Ward retired. Blue Blood says Elder Alvarez is number 1 light heavyweight in the world. Nah, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. My number one light heavyweight in the world is, you guys, my number 1 light heavyweight in the world. I'm gonna have to go with
Thomas Williams Jr.
Arthur Beterbiev.
I'm gonna have to go with a shocker, you guys.
Gabriel Campillo.
I'm gonna have to go with Arthur Beterbiev. The reason why I'm going with Arthur Beterbiev,
It's a shocker. Sorry,
I like those 2 runner-ups you threw in there, battle rifle. They're way in left field somewhere. They got knocked out already. But my personal opinion is I think Arthur Beterbiev has the goods, and I think he's an all-around good fighter, and he's a fighter, and that's been on record. Anytime that you're willing to face anybody in the top 20, you just want to fight anybody in the top 20. The top 15 of the IBF, they say no, they don't want to fight you. Anthony Yard was offered to fight. Jesse Hart was offered to fight. None of these guys wanted to fight this guy, yo. And I mean, you got a lot of guys, man, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to fight him, man. But go ahead, man. What do you got? I mean, yeah, man. Arthur Beterbiev, man. But Actual Fact says, yo, salute my bros in the panel. Salute the UGC. Yeah, baby. Salute that chat. Smash that like button. What's up, Actual Facts? What's going on, bro? Armando says, sorry, Black Horseman. Chicken Son is trash. Kovalev. And didn't want smoke with Alvarez and ducked mandatory Alvarez like the plague. And looked at his title defenses, pure no names. Wow. Armando.
Can I respond?
Armando with the splash in the comment section. Go ahead and let him have it, you guys, because unbiased. That was your pick, too. Do you have anything to say?
Let me respond to him. Unbiased. Shout out to Armando, man. I respect him, though. I respect.
It's trash. He says Adonis Chicken Son is trash. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Elito Alvarez is still a new champ. He just got the belt off of really a beaten Sergey Kovalev. Older Sergey Kovalev, who was already beat, by Ward. But Adonis Stevenson, he's holding the WBC belt. He's had multiple defenses. Of course, it's not about me really. I don't even like the dude, to be honest with you. I don't like the guy. But he has crazy power in that left hand. I feel like he's a dangerous opponent for anybody, whether he's facing Elito Alvarez. And yes, I agree with you. I mean, he did duck his mandatory. He don't get no respect for that. So I'm not here to say that my pick is all the way thorough and correct, but Elito Alvarez, he beat one guy. He beat Sergey Kovalev, and I don't think just because you beat Sergey Kovalev that makes you the guy. Like, you just the best at 175. He just became champion. Now he could possibly have this rematch with Sergey Kovalev and lose, because actually I had him losing the fight before he knocked out Sergey Kovalev. So we gotta see what's gonna happen with that. But I mean, yeah, if he go, I give him a good chance versus anybody. But I think Adonis Stevenson probably has maybe a little bit more power than all these guys. Maybe your boy Corey Lee got about equal power, or maybe a little bit more. But I think that Adonis Stevenson has a better left hand than probably Arthur Beterbiev. But I think Arthur Beterbiev's right hand is far more superior. Yeah,
the funny thing is Arthur Beterbiev probably has the best amateur resume in boxing right now, and that includes Lomachenko, because I think Lomachenko has wins over Oscar Valdez and Felix Verdejo, but Artemida beat. What did he beat? He beat
And I
Usyk.
wasn't talking. And I wasn't talking about a Lawrence Williams. I wasn't talking to say Jesse Hart. I get him and Marcus Brown mixed up. This is the top 15 at IBF that all ducked Archer Beterbiev. Number 3, Carlo Marat. Number 4, Dominique Bozol. Number 5, Anthony Yard. He was on record saying that he wasn't ready. Number 6, Enrico Colleen. That's who he knocked out already. Number 7, Colin Johnson. Number 8, Adam Dennis. Number 9, Omar Solomov. Number 10, Marcus Brown. Number 11, Ming Fan Long. Number 12, Sean Mahanagan. And number 13, Michael Lee. Number 14, 7, Forlini. And number 15, Robert. And that's all. I can't pronounce his last name.
Hey, I believe you said Caleb Johnson ducked your boy?
Colin Johnson.
That's the guy he just fought, right?
Well, obviously, Black Horseman, I ain't talking about.
I'm just trying to. You said these are the guys that ducked your boy, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, because Colin Johnson's still in the rankings, though. You know what I mean? But they fought already. But yeah, you know what I mean? I guess you could say minus Colin Johnson, but you know what I mean? Go. You know what I mean? Yo, Black Horseman at my neck with the top 15, yo. But yo, what do you guys think? I mean, you know, like I said, that IBF rankings, dude, and like, you know, like I said, you know, there's guys that's in the WBO, like, you know, WBO. Elder Alvarez is number 1 mandatory after he fights Sergey Kovalev for his rematch is going to be Marcus Brown, and he's also a PBC fighter. And then Anthony Yard is number 2 in that sanctioned body. Do you guys think that Anthony Yard is ready for a world title shot in any of the sanctioned bodies? I'm gonna go with no. He's a UK fighter. He's and Dr. Blick is real high on this guy.
Man, niggas would be high. Niggas be high, bro.
I mean, look.
Who has he fought,
he's
bro?
good.
I mean, I've been hearing his name thrown around, but I'm like, who the fuck is this dude?
Bro, he's
good fundamentally, but he's not ready for any championship level. Let's just say that pretty much. And he's only beating up domestic UK bums at the moment. So once he steps up, I think that we're going to see him exposed a little bit. But he does have power that could save him at any point in time. I think he's going to move up to cruiser in a year or two, to be honest, because he's big for that division. He's a big dude.
The thing about Anthony Yard, he reminds me so much of David Haye. Not in the sense that he has like so much power. It's just that David Haye was a big muscle-bound dude trying to box like he's like a lightweight.
I disagree. I disagree because the main fact about Anthony Yard, he's too sluggish. He's too slow, in my opinion. And sometimes he's too hittable. David more agile than Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is like a robot in there sometimes, dude. And I think it's the first time he steps up to any of these world titles, if he steps to Elder Alvarez, he gets sparked. Archer Beterbiev, he gets double sparked. Demetrius Bivol, he gets double sparked. And Adonis Stevenson, dude, that left hand will send him to oh my God, dude. Don't even get me started, dude.
They need to check his blood. Anthony Yard's blood.
Yeah, like, you know, Anthony Yard is a good muscle-bound fighter, but I can't say great. All of these champions that I just named are great fighters. Anthony Yard is nowhere near a great fighter right now. And I just see too many holes. I see too many holes, man, in his style, man. You know, you can't go out there and knock out every single person you fight, dude. And trust me, at that elite level, dude, he's gonna get tested. And that's another thing. I seen him get punched back in 2 fights ago. And he went some rounds with this guy. This guy was the first guy that I actually seen fighting back, dude. And he went some rounds with that guy. You know, I don't know. I think he went to the 8th round or the 6th or 7th round. But the first couple rounds, this dude was fighting back. You know, and Anthony Yard was having a little bit of trouble with the guy. You know, and the guy has never been a world champion. This guy has contended for a world championship, but he had never been a world champion. And that's just what scares me when Anthony Yarde having zero amateur experience, when he gets to that elite level with these guys with 400 amateur fights. I mean, it could be if Frank won.
I got a dip, man.
Anthony Yarde, I think, has 12.
Black
12
Horseman, man. Thank you. I know what I'm follow you at. Happy birthday, Black Horseman.
Yeah, that's why I got a dip.
It's your birthday? It's your birthday?
Yeah, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Black Horseman.
I was going to play some birthday music, man.
Nah, nigga, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, Black Horseman, no doubt.
I'll catch you on the next live,
man. No doubt, man.
man.
Shout
Peace
out
out,
to
man.
Black Horseman, man. Happy birthday, man. Enjoy yourself, man. But yeah, what were you saying, unbiased or battle rifle?
I think
I was saying.
I think Anthony Yarde has at least 12 fights as an amateur, but that's still not enough. That's still not enough for.
On, dude. Like, come on, dude. And I'm not even saying that you can't make it without amateur experience. But come on, man. Like, I'm not saying that you can't make it without amateur experience. But come on. Blue Blood Sports says Yarde is a smaller version of a Joshua. He's robotic. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been trying to tell these guys, dog. Like, dude, that style for Elder Alvarez, for Arthur Betterbeef, for a Bivol, for a Adonis Stevenson equals big trouble. And I'm talking about career-ending trouble. Yeah, you can be built up as this monster, but what happens when there's another fucking monster on the other end? And that's I didn't
think Jared Hurd's going to go this far in his career when I first saw him on PPC. I thought he was going to get,
But you got to understand, Jared Hurd has had amateur experience. Jared Hurd has had premier, superior sparring in the B-more area, in the DMV area. This dude was in Headbangers Gym frequently, sparring with the best, sparring with Anthony Peterson, Lamont Peterson, sparring with all of the good fighters out of there in that DMV area at the Headbangers Gym. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's rare, I think Rocky Marciano's amateur record was like 11-1. And he went really far, people, even with the people he fought out of his prime, people didn't expect him to go that far.
Yeah. Well, Rocky Marciano fought a lot of 72-year-olds like Joe Jersey Watson. So, I mean,
Yeah, but we can say that.
Armando says, never mind, I retract my think Bivol is the best in the light heavyweight division. What makes you a change of thought so quick?
Bro, that knockout of Sullivan Burrell was so unexpected. He's a shotgun, man. Like
Bivol, and that's another thing we haven't talked about, you guys. That guy at Gloskov, that's from the Ukraine, that's best friends with Chinko and Usyk, and he's in all of their training camps. That guy is fighting Adonis Stevenson next on December 1st. Adonis Stevenson, we're talking about him being one of the best fighters.
Glaskov?
I said Gloskov.
His name is so hard to pronounce, man. We got to kind of goofy like CJ. Yeah. Call him Goofy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. But you're repeating like you know what I was saying. I'm like, dude.
But I think there is a fighter. I think there is a fighter named Glaskov.
All I'm saying is the guy that's at 175 pounds, he has the interim WBC belt, and he is in line. He is scheduled to fight Adonis Stevenson on December 1st. And I know how a lot of you guys are saying Adonis Stevenson is your number one fighter in that division. Who's to say on December 2nd that he will be even a champion? Because mind you, this guy Gloskov, or whatever his name is, he's being trained by Teddy Atlas, and he is taking this very seriously.
Yeah,
he is taking this very seriously, and they're saying that he's the goods. He was the only one out of all these world Limba. He was the only one to stop Chilemba. Bivol didn't even stop Chilemba. You know what I mean? And Bivol got marked up in that Chilemba fight. That was a you know, that wasn't no easy, you know, that wasn't no run through. You know, even the HBO analyst was saying, you know, do they need to hold back on Bivol's career instead of pushing him so fast? You know what I mean? After that Chilemba fight, this dude Gloskiff or whatever his name is, he stopped Chilemba with ease.
But
you
Goofy
got knocked down.
Goofy got knocked down by Tommy Carpenter though, and that was like a small punch. It looked like.
Yeah, but that's why he's changed trainers. That's why Teddy Atlas said he called him, because he didn't want those bad habits to follow him in his championship fight. That's what real fighters do. They make changes like that when they feel like it's not working. You know, he said he should have never got knocked down by that level of opponent. And he followed up with a better performance.
I gotta be honest, man. Adonis Stevenson lands that left hand. That kid's going to sleep. I just gotta be real, man. He's a good fighter, but I mean, there's a lot of holes in his game as well. And I'm not saying Adonis Stevenson is perfect, but man, he never fails with that left hand. It's gonna land.
Why you just unbiased? Why you just shut down my whole argument? He just comes in out of nowhere, and he's just like, well, he's gonna get knocked out. You know what I mean?
I'm just being honest, man.
I'm like, so you didn't like? I just went on a spiel for like 5 minutes about this Gloskov guy, and he just like, yeah, well, he's getting knocked out. You know what I mean? He's getting knocked out.
See, I thought, despite Bottle Jack having a really good
dude, hardcore, man.
Despite Bottle Jack having a really good MMA, I thought he was gonna get starched by Stevenson, but he didn't.
Yeah, but you gotta give credit to Badu Jack, man. He's a good inside fighter. He kept his distance, once he got hit,
Badu Jack has problems in that fight too, though.
Yeah, he didn't jump on the gas as quick, man. That was the one big problem. And like you can see the highlight.
Badu Jack is saying he got robbed, he got this, he got that. No, a lot of fans thought you let off the gas. Truly.
Yeah, he thought he won with James DeGale. So. I'm pretty sure he
I thought he won that fight.
Yeah,
I thought he won that fight.
Of course you thought he won that fight. You think he's the number one fucking fighter out here. So of course you thought he won that fight. You know what I mean? But see, that's more the bias talk. See, you're more the bias talk. You're more unbiased or biased, but that's the more biased though. You know what I mean? Like Battle Rifle. That's what you got to hit with him sometimes, Battle Rifle. You got to say, well, your name is unbiased or biased talk. Stevenson talk was biased talk. So you got to hit him with that Battle Rifle. That's when he's talking at Adonis Stevenson, because he's picking him. He's got favoritism over him. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what was it? What was it before? I think I can't remember.
Is me, I think.
Yeah, I seen him at CJ.
I've been fucking with unbiased for that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been knowing each other for that long. I knew his signature name on YouTube, dog. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of my first I think Boxing Is Me was one of my first moderators. He was definitely top 5.
You know what my old channel name was?
This dude, Larry Merchant. That dude.
Nah, Don King.
Oh, even worse.
I thought it would be funny because every time these people they would have a conversation about Don King and I pop up and be like, here I am. It used to be funny, but I changed it to Battle Rifle.
Oh, no doubt. Armando says just the way Bivol broke down Sullivan Barrera, also Corey, Bivol versus Chilemba was a shutout. I had that 10-2/118, 110. He just went all 12 with him. That's it. All right, that's cool, Armando. But I think Bivol gets starched by Stretch Season Volume 7 by Better Beef. Mark that down, yo. You know what I mean?
That's a good fight, man.
And Arthur Better Beef stretches the living shit out of Isaac Chilemba. Easy work. Easy work.
You said that
Chilemba would not be able to last 12 rounds with Arthur Better Beef. Are you kidding me?
You said
Do you see those fallacious punches? I never seen a dude try to knock you out with every fucking shot. Arthur Better Beef to break your skull. Seriously. He said that shit, dog. He said, dude, I go in there. He said, because it's a brutal sport, so I go in there to kill. And he said it with the softest voice. Them the guys you got to watch out for. I'm telling you, man. Giant, man.
You said that one of his most impressive knockouts was Cloud, man. Did you see when he stopped Campillo? I was like, God, jeez. Bro,
when he stopped Campillo, and like he could have finished him at the end. Did you see what? But he didn't. He held back on that.
He threw a left hook and walked off. Like literally, he threw a left hook and walked off. It was so crazy, bro. I thought that was or something. Oh my God, that was a nasty knockout.
Versus it was so like fucking gangster though. Like the way he walked off, fall down yet, and Arthur Better Beef was walking away.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him, Unbiased?
Yeah, he's breaking up.
I'm breaking down. Can you?
Yeah, you're breaking up, Corey.
All right. I'm gonna get on my other one. All right, keep going. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
But yo, all I was saying is that shit was nasty. It was like so gangster the way Arthur Better Beef walked off after destroying his dude, man. I mean, in slow motion, Unbiased, he walked off and fucking Campos or whatever his name is, he didn't even fall down on the canvas yet.
See, the thing about that's one of the funniest knockouts I've ever seen. I know it's not easy to get punched in the face. I understand that. But, like, do you remember when George Foreman knocked out Cooney, how he walked beside him and he threw the uppercut? Oh, my God.
That was,
he walked beside him and he threw an uppercut. And George Cooney was asleep on his shoulders, man. He fell asleep on George Foreman, and he threw another right hand. He was out. Oh my God!
George Foreman knocked him out like he had something to do after the fight. Knocked him out.
What do you guys think about 168? You guys, since we're going down the weight divisions, what do you guys think about 168? I mean, who would have after Colin Smith just won this Ali trophy? I know he won the Ali trophy, and that same week, I mean, that's just crazy. The same week, Benavidez gets his title pretty much vacated, because of the illegal substance that he had in his system. The same week that Colin Smith wins the title, a lot went down in that week at 168, man. Now you got Anthony Durrell out of nowhere, fucking, fighting for the WBC championship. I mean, do you guys see all of this shit going down? And my personal opinion is, I think Anthony Durrell gets starched by David Benavidez. Am I the only one thinking that? I mean, this is Stretch Season Volume 3000. Yeah, this is going down, dude. This is gonna be vicious.
Who gets stretched by Benavidez?
Anthony Durrell.
Oh, that fight is happening. Ooh, man.
Anthony Durrell is fighting the third-ranked fighter for the title. But as soon as I think Benavidez is on a 6-month suspension, so as soon as that fight is over, they're going to be in preliminary talks to set up the Anthony Durrell versus Benavidez fight that should have happened last year, actually. And Benavidez had went on record saying that Anthony Durrell is a scared bitch.
Man, I said personally, the people was. Go ahead.
Hey Corey, I'm gonna head out, man. Thanks for having me on your platform.
All right, bro, no doubt, man. Hey, happy marriage, man. Happy wife, happy life, man. You sealed the deal now, and now you're forever, with that lady. So, good luck, man, and hopefully you guys have a better, life, and You know, like I said, have a great honeymoon, man. You're in the Dominican Republic, man. I wouldn't even go there, dude. I would have been. I might have had a divorce on the way back, dude. Yeah,
Congratulations.
I know it's, but be honest though, unbiased. It's nice. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, it's nice out here, man. That's all I can say, man. It's nice.
All right, bro. Later, yo.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right, unbiased.
Man, ain't no battle rifle.
Oh, but I was saying, you know, I remember when there was a time where, you know, they was talking about the fight between Benavidez and Caleb Plant. And then there was like, you rushing this guy too much. There was like, he should fight somebody with a name like Anthony Durrell or Andre Durrell. And I was like, man, he would starch them dudes. And I said that, you know, personally to him. I said he would. I mean, Anthony Durrell has never really impressed me. He had a good fight with the Caparel dude. But, you know, other than that, you've seen Bottle Jack just completely outboxed him. And it was a time where he could have stopped him, but Bottle Jack just didn't have the power. And he was like looking tired, man, as that fight went on, man. I think he fought Caleb Truax. I'm not sure. I got to find that.
Armando in the chat says, "Hey, but Corey Lee, let's be unbiased here. Chilemba went all 12 with Alvarez, Prime Minister Killer Kovalev, and went 12 with Tony Bellew. I mean, I understand that, man, but we on a whole nother weight division now, dude. You know what I mean? We at 168 now. You know what I mean? That was about 10 minutes ago. We was talking about 175. We at 168 now, and the Killers at 168 right now. The Killers at 168 are as followed, you guys. You got the
thanks, Lawrence Williams. Lawrence Williams knows his stuff. Yeah, he said he stopped Truex in one round. Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, man. At super middleweight, the WBO is Gilberto Ramirez is the WBO champion. Gilberto Ramirez is the WBO champion. At the IBF for 168, you guys, is Jose Escatagu is the IBF champion, you guys. You know, so he's the IBF champion. And the WBA, Colin Smith is the WBA super champion. And Rocky Fielding, who is going to be facing Canelo Alvarez, is the WBA regular champion. Then you got the WBC vacant with Anthony Durrell fighting Avani Yardran for the WBC vacant title, you guys. I have Anthony Durrell beating Avani because Avani is the same guy that got stretch cheese in Volume 5 by Chris Eubank Jr. And I don't even think. Who do you think's a better fighter, Anthony Durrell, Chris Eubank Jr.? I think Anthony Durrell's probably got him by a smudge.
I think
that's a toss-up.
I think Chris Eubank is a lot better than people give him credit for. They just think he's a bum.
But you got to look at those losses, though, man. Those losses, it got exposed, though.
The thing is, when he fought, you know, Billy Joe Sanders, I can actually say that he tried, but Billy Joe Sanders, you know, he did that jab and grab, you know, he did that John Ruiz, so it was kind of hard for him to, you know, get off. When he fought Groves, I was just like, that was a whole nother fighter. His mentality is what kind of
like I feel like the Chris Eubank we all thought was there wasn't there in that fight. It was weird.
You remember how wasn't you the one who told me that the reason they didn't give Eubank another shot because he embarrassed himself so much? Wasn't that you who told me that?
I might have, but I know he was supposed to get a rematch. I know he was the wrong thing where it happened to George Groves, which did happen in that tournament. He was supposed to get a shot at Colin Smith, which I think would have been a better fight than a George Groves. I don't think Chris Eubank would have got stopped by Colin Smith like the way George Groves did. I think Colin Smith caught George Groves at the right time. Everything was just perfect for Colin Smith leading up to that fight. And I said this on record when I started my channel. Out of all the Smith brothers, there's four fighting Smith brothers that are out there right now. You know, you got them as low as 126. One of them is that small. He fought I think one of them fought Javante Davis. But one of them is 130 or something. I said from the beginning that Callum Smith is the best fighter out of the Smith brothers, out of all of them brothers. And that's even Liam Smith and three other Smith brothers. I thought he was the best by far. You know what I mean? And I did think Chris Eubank, and he was literally one fight away from, possibly winning that tournament, because I think Chris Eubank Jr. versus Callum Smith matchup than George Groves versus Callum Smith, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, George Grove is kind of economical with his punches. He throws them when they're readily available. I think, if Chris Eubank, maybe it's a thing of opposition, because when his fighter is like not throwing, he's going to throw. But like I said, the George Grove fight kind of put me off. His mentality is probably messed up.
Armando in the chat, Battle Rifle says Callum Smith has the IBO, the WBA, and the ring title. He is the best, no question.
Yeah.
That beating he put on Groves, and in my opinion, Groves beat Ramirez and Jose, who's got the goo, and David and Callum walked through him, man. My opinion, truly think, and I've been thinking this for a while now, and nothing that Callum Smith did is going to change this. David Benavidez is by far the best super middleweight in the whole division, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, that guy, he comes to fight, man. The way he bounced around Porky with that nasty 15-punch combination, and he knocked his mouthpiece out the ring. I was like, Jesus, man. Because I remember
that beating he did on Ronald Gabriel.
Was that the guy he fought at outside? I think it was the outside card.
No, he fought Ronald Gabriel on the Mayweather TMT card, but he fought him in a rematch. And the first fight was a split decision win for David Benavidez, but the rematch was so devastating. He got beat for 12 rounds and will probably never be the same after that fight. He got crushed. I mean, did you see that Ronald Gabriel rematch fight with David Benavidez?
I saw the first one. I don't think I've seen the second one, man, it's probably
all I'm gonna say is brutal.
It's probably, it's probably one of the fights I should just go ahead and tune in, and because I appreciated David Benavidez. As soon as he started, I was like, this guy is a force to be reckoned with, man. And he comes to fight, and it's so
I think he's different than his brother for some reason. I just think he's more special.
Yeah. I think he's the better of the brothers. Jose Benavidez, he didn't fight like that. Let's get this clear. Before he had that layoff, he didn't fight that way. He didn't fight like Jose Benavidez, just switching stances, throwing all these uppercuts and stuff. Like he didn't fight that way. He did it on occasion when it was just like a bum in front of him, but usually he kind of fought like methodical. David Benavidez, he if you're in front of him, he's going to unload. When he knocked out that guy, what was that guy name? It was on PBC. He was trained by his mom or something. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out this guy's name.
Douglas, you talking about
Douglas? Yes, Douglas was. He was trying to
Mama's boy. They call him Mama's boy.
Like Douglas was trying to survive in there, man. He had to push him against the ropes. The ropes broke. Still stopped him.
No.
Yeah, he pushed him against.
I don't think I watched that fight. That was one of the fights I missed, I think. I might have watched it, but I don't really remember it that much because I know he was on a knockout. He was going knockout heavy for a little while then.
It was so funny because
this is before he got the world title, right?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. And the thing is, with that fight, it was so funny because, his mom was telling him, like, from the thing, she was like, stop waiting on him, do your thing, go first. So he was getting tagged up. So, Dennis just used to start clinching him. He clinched him, pulled him to the ropes, and the ropes broke. So the people had to tie the ropes. He had like a 10-minute break or a 5-minute break. They had to tie the ropes back up. Still stopped the dude. He was trying his best to survive in there.
Yeah, man, that's another thing too, man. I mean, that's what I said, man. I just want to see the best fight the best, man. I think these guys are out here right now, and I think these guys can fight the best. I think the best can fight the best. And that's one of those things, man, where I just truly want to see these guys, get in there with somebody tough, man. I just think right now, that guys right now that are fighting right now, they say they want to fight the best, but their actions do a whole nother, and like I said, I want to see Canelo fight, Charlo. I want to see Charlo fight Triple G, Danny Jacobs. I mean, there's a bunch of fights out there at 160, man. Who's your favorite? Who's the best 160 pounder? Do you say Canelo earlier, or did you not agree?
Yeah, it's Canelo. He beat the guy at 160. And if they want to say that it's debatable because Jamal Charlo, he got there when he could, but he was the guy who was beating up. Even if you say they were bums, he was the guy beating all those people. If you were to say that Bermain's, like, on an off chance, like hypothetically, if Bermain Stavern held all the belts, and Javante and I'm sorry, Deontay Wilder did beat him. So Deontay Wilder had wiped the floor with Stavern, even though his best win was probably somebody like a Chris Arreola. He still would have been the best guy at heavyweight. It's hypothetical, but I'm just saying he would have been the best guy at heavyweight if he had got all the belts.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, hypothetically, if he had like the WBO belt, the IBF belt, he was the ring champion.
Curtis Anderson in the chat says Jamal Charlo is the best middleweight with all capital letters. Do you agree?
Yeah. Curtis Anderson, he's a boxing purist. He's been watching it for a long time. And, we may not see eye to eye on this fight, but I can agree that Jamal Charlo is really the goods. So, and we was talking about it earlier, Curtis Anderson, he knows his stuff, and he really watches boxing, man. Go check him out on World Breakers channel, man. He knows his stuff. He studied years and years of fighting, and he can tell by Jamal Charlo that he's the goods.
Shout out to Curtis Anderson, man. All love, my brother. I've been seeing you on a lot, man. Hands of Stone says Charlo hasn't fought anybody, so he's not the best. Why?
Yeah, I mean, it's debatable. Yeah, it's always debatable.
I don't think it's debatable though. I just truly don't. Like Black Horseman and like unbiased boxing talk was saying. The facts are Canelo is the best middleweight just by his resume, just by what we see in front of him. Now, can Charlo prove us otherwise? Yes. But who is the most proven fighter in the middleweight division? That's what you got to go on, man. You got to go on what's in front of you, who he's fought, And the opposition that Canelo has fought is far more superior than who has fought. Can you agree?
That who's fought? Canelo?
Did you hear anything I said?
You said Jamal Charlo resume is not compared to Canelo, right? Because you was kind of breaking up there.
I said that Canelo Alvarez's resume is far more superior than Charlo's resume. Can we agree?
Yeah, but a lot of people they don't see the wins, without the Adderix, like the Adderix, the catch weights and the questionable decisions. He got a sound decision over Cotto. I think that despite what people say,
Curtis Anderson says, hold on, I just want to say this. Curtis Anderson says they won't fight Charlo in all capitals. Then Unbiased says saying they won't fight Charlo doesn't mean he's the best, Curtis Anderson. That's what Unbiased is telling you in the comment section. Go ahead, Battle Rifle. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. They going in right now.
They a lot of people, they criticize his wins. And I can personally understand that, there's an asterisk. That 155 catch weight, that was ridiculous. He could have fought, Cotto at 160. But, him still trying to make that weight at 155, it's that little asterisk. He did beat Cotto convincingly, but the person
what's up, the expert genius? Oh, go ahead, bro.
The person I say he just didn't beat convincingly was Erislandy Lara. That's a fight that could have went either way on the scorecards.
Yeah, that's right. And I think he had a little bit of trouble with Trout too.
Yeah, but I think he beat Trout though. But that's just my opinion though. It's some people that can say that Trout won, Even with the knockdown, they can say, Trout.
And
You know,
Hands of Stone says Charlo is the most overrated middleweight of all time.
no, I wouldn't
Oh
go that. I
shit.
wouldn't go that far, man.
Yo,
I
they
wouldn't go
at
that
Curtis
far,
Anderson in the chat, man. Yo, they stay chatting. Oh, Hands of
man.
Stone says Austin Trout beat Jamal Charlo. Wow, that wasn't that.
It's some
Hey,
people believe that. It's some people that believe that.
hey,
Do I think
hey.
Do I think Jamal Charlo won that fight? Yeah, I think he won that fight. But like I said,
You
it's
feel
just some
like it
people
wasn't.
out
You
there.
feel like it wasn't convincingly though. Like it wasn't the most convincing win you've ever seen. Like you feel like Charlo. You feel like Charlo. You feel like Charlo held like he left it in the score in the judge's hands. You know what I mean? That's what you feel. Or how do you
Not
feel?
really, because I think that I like every time these fights go to decision nowadays, there's somebody out there claiming robbery. I remember when I went on YouTube and people were saying Danny Garcia beat Keith Thurman, and I was like, how? But it's just my opinion, though. I can respect it because
The
Black Horseman
expert
said,
genius said the expert genius says Trout beat both Charlos. God damn.
no, he didn't beat Jamel. He got knocked down like 2 or 3 times. He didn't beat Jamel.
Oh shit. But they're saying that every round that he didn't get knocked down in, he won. That's what I've heard another fan say before too, though.
Nah, I think Trout. He's gonna be like that fighter,
Trout's
like
a tough
Ares.
cookie, though, man. Trout's a
He
tough
is
cookie,
indeed.
though.
He is indeed, but he's going to be like
But
that fighter.
but
Like,
can we all agree that Jared Hurd looked the best against Austin Trout? Come on now, got to give my DMV boy some love. Come on, Battle
yeah,
Rifle. What do you think?
yeah, he did. He stopped him. So it's one of those things that you got to look at because I think the thing about Trout, he's going to look like Arislandi Lauren into his career. He's going to put on great performances but not get the nod, and that's the problem because Trout, he has really good skills, but he just doesn't throw enough. The only person I can considerably say that has been robbed their whole career, but throws actually enough to win is Adrian Granados. That has probably been robbed his whole career. I think he beat Adrian Broner, but he actually throws enough. But Trout is going to look like that fighter who just has so many names on his resume, but no wins because he just doesn't. He got Cotto, but he doesn't throw enough, in my opinion. He picks his shots wise, but he doesn't throw enough, and that was like his downfall. So it depends on who you're talking to. Canelo, in my opinion, he probably the best middleweight as far as resume goes because he did beat Triple G. But a lot of people want to see it, and I really want to see Jamal Charlo and Canelo. I wouldn't mind seeing Triple G fight Jamal Charlo first because that is the fight that was mandated. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight first. No, I'm not saying I wouldn't mind. I would love to see that. I would love to see him fight Triple G or Canelo.
But I mean, let the fans know who do you think the best middleweight is. Be honest. Be honest to the
The
fans out
best
there that
middle
listen to you.
the best
Be
middleweight is
honest.
Canelo. By resume, who he's beat. Because we can honestly say to each other that some people go by the eye test, but he is the best middleweight. He's considered the best middleweight. So if he beats him, Jamal Charlo, he's going to be the best middleweight until proven otherwise. Until somebody like a Danny Jacobs or a Devin Chinko or Billy Joe Saunders takes it away from him.
For real?
Yeah, you don't think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough, but yeah, I mean, is that how you feel?
Yeah, because I think that honestly, with like the vision, everything that's going on is looking like really good right now. So anything can happen. But more than any other division is like that division. You could actually make a case and say this guy's the best. 175. I feel like you can't really do that. It's so many names popping up left and right. You can't really do that and say this was the best guy. Maybe you can make a case for Sergey Kovalev, but you can't really do that. Even with Adonis Stevenson, y'all don't know if you can really do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of guys in the chat are saying that, wow, Lawrence Williams going in. He says Corey Lee boxing. I disagree. Lord did the best against Trout. Trout didn't win a round against him, but he won a lot of rounds against Hurd. But you know,
Do you think
Hurd
Hurd?
stopped him.
You think Hurd beats Jamel?
I mean, Hurd definitely beats Jamel, you know, but it's only a matter of time. We'll all see it. We'll all see it.
Man,
You know, we'll all see it.
fight. Man, that fight ain't gonna be
I mean, is
fire.
that how you feel? I think you said that on one other
Yeah,
show I was listening to you on. You said Hurd would beat him. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked Jared Hurd, man, because
I don't think a lot of people was feeling that though.
What was that?
I said I don't think a lot of people that was on the show you were on was feeling that though.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I think you can go on some other people's channels and they'll be like,
I know,
Jared
but
Hurd.
I'm just saying, like certain channels you be going on to, they be like, "Yo, you got Hurd winning? Like, come on, bro!" Like,
well, the thing is, even with that, it can't be like no crazy decision if you're picking Jared Hurd because Jamel has the power, but he has some questionable fights, like the little Vanes Matarosian fight. There was some people just saying that he edged it out ever so slightly. I'm not going to go in that talk about he got robbed and stuff like that. Maybe he didn't. I didn't see the whole thing, but that fight with John Jackson, I was like, man, this dude is not really good at pressing the action. I wonder how he would do against a Jared Hurd who probably can take his best shots and give them back. I'm not convinced that Jared Hurd is a bigger puncher. He's a big guy, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Curtis Anderson is pretty that he's saying in all capital letters, Canelo is not as good as you think. What the fuck, yo? Oh my God, yo! Oh my God.
I can respect his decision,
I don't. No, I'm not. No, I ain't. No. Curtis Anderson, you're wrong with that.
I say it all depends on style.
Dude. Come on, dude. He says Canelo is not as good as you think. What? Yo, he just beat Triple G. Yo.
See the thing.
He just beat Law. Like, dude, this dude's resume. He's not as good as you think. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Man, I think the fight.
He's not as. So he's pretty much saying to both of us and to everybody in the chat that's saying that Canelo's the best middleweight. Canelo is not as good as we all think he is. That's what Curtis Anderson is saying to us right now. And what do you say to reply on that?
I can respect his opinion. He's a boxing analyst, bro. But I really think, I will say this. You can
respect his opinion, but you can disagree as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I slightly disagree.
Do you agree with him? Oh, you agree? You disagree? Oh,
slightly disagree because Canelo he struggles with movers, and Erislandy Laura showed that, and he's made it obvious that usually if the fighter is in front of him, he's not going to chase you because he's done a lot of chasing, and he doesn't want to do that anymore. Like Canelo said, he's not trying to fight no runners, but yeah, you see him moving around against Triple G. I think CJ brought that up. So Canelo, I personally think the people who really beat Canelo are the people who just really get out.
But now they're saying in the chat, Daniel Johnson saying Canelo is solid, but Triple G is suspect. Mike D says Triple G is old and slow, only power. Like, where were all these statements before the fight, before the Canelo versus Triple G, showdown? These same guys would probably say, I'm not saying they were, but I'm saying a lot of the guys that say stuff like that. I'm not saying them specific guys that are saying it right there, but I've seen guys switch up their tone, man. Like, before Triple G and Canelo fought, they were saying Triple G's gonna kill this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
We really don't know who A level. We really don't know who A level competition is until we see them fight. We can say this guy's an A-class fighter if he hasn't fought anybody, but that's just going off the eye test. You have to actually beat somebody in the criteria.
Unbiased Boxing Talk says Erislandy Lara has been calling out the Charlo girls for years. Wow, he calls them girls. Oh no.
freaking way.
Oh
He ain't
no.
he ain't gonna fight Jamal though.
But look, Law's a good candidate. Why don't the Charlos fight Law? He has a good point. He has a great point, actually. They've been Law's been actively calling out the Charlos, and neither one will fight him. Why is that? My personal opinion is I don't think they want to fight Law.
The thing is, Law is actually Jamal's stablemate, and that's probably the biggest reason
that. But still, he was the other Charlo stablemate as well. But that Law didn't care, so who gives a fuck? Stablemates fight every year. Look at Danny Jacobs in the fight he's fighting. They're stablemates, but they gotta fight. Prime example. Prime example. Can't get no realer than that, dog. What's happening?
Yeah, you make a good point. But I guess we can see it on both counts. With that.
What's his name? What's Danny Jacobs' opponent's name? I can't keep forgetting his name. Deverinchenko. I can't never remember this dude's name. Deverinchenko versus Danny Jacobs are fucking stablemates. Andre Rozier had to pick Danny Jacobs because he was training both of them. That's real shit, dog. But for that belt, they not stablemates no more. That's real shit. I know this boxing shit, dog. I know this shit, dog. Real shit. I live, breathe, eat, and shit this goddamn shit, dog. Real shit. It is just what it is, man. It is what it is.
You are it.
So it's like, dude, like, I mean? Like, I know just because they stablemates, that's what a lot of people been saying. Like, Laura versus her, like, Laura versus her. Like, they were saying that, Laura was, was scared. Laura was gonna be doing this. Laura's gonna be doing that. Dude, her beat Laura, dog. Now Laura after the loss, now Laura's calling out Charlo and it's quiet. You can hear a church mouse now. They're not saying anything. The fuck is that?
Do you think Errol Spence will fight somebody like a Jermell?
Do I think Laura will fight Jermell?
Do you think Errol Spence will fight somebody like a Jermell? Would he fight Jermell Charlo?
I mean, dude, man, at some point in time, dude, you're gonna be offered the big money. You're gonna be offered the big fights, and you're gonna be offered guys that are fighting probably in your stable, dog. It's just the nature of the business. It's the nature of the business. Just like Elder Alvarez and Arthur Betterby might be at a fight. They're stablemates, but they're both champions in the same weight class. You gotta know boxing, dog. This type of shit happens.
Yeah. I didn't even know that, before you told me.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, real talk, man. Expert Genius says, get him, Corey. I'm just on my shit today, man. God damn. Sometimes this shit happens, dog. Where it all comes together and I'm speaking that real shit, dog. Real shit. Stablemates fight stablemate. I mean, they just gotta fight sometimes because the money's too big. Battle Rifle and everybody else in the chat. The money's too big. The pot's too big. They gotta fight. They gotta fight, dog. Somebody smack $1 million on your forehead. You're gonna say, I ain't fighting that dude in my stable. He's like a brother to me. Or are you gonna take that goddamn 2-3 million and say, fuck that dude, man?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Wow.
What you gonna do, Battle Rifle? What you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do? I'm supposed to be fighting somebody?
Yeah.
But if the money's right, yeah. I mean, yeah. If I just fight my stablemate, yeah, I would. Depending on how good our friendship is. Because
man, fuck him, man. I'm goddamn getting that bag, dog. You feel me?
I mean, so like I said, sometimes it's different. I think Andre Ward and Bernard Hopkins agreed they'll never fight each other. So that was the thing, man. Sometimes it's different, With Mayweather going to fight Broner all along, I don't know. They're not stablemates, but they're supposed to be good friends. So you said when the bag is right, they'll fight anybody. That is true though. That is true.
And a lot of fucking fighters out here and a lot of fans out here are so fickle, dude. They don't even have a clue what the business of boxing does or what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit, dude. And Danny Jacobs did not want to fight. You know what I'm saying? What's his name again?
Deverenchenko?
Deverenchenko and Danny Jacobs been stablemates for over 5 years, I believe. They did not want to fight each other. But when they slapped the fucking vacant IBF title and they slapped the bag in front of both of their face, fight. Checkmate.
Danny Jacobs on the come up. You know, he might actually.
But did you hear what I said though? Fuck the stablemate when the bag and the belt is in front of you. You got the bag and the belt. What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
The money's right and the bag. Look, the bag is right and the belt is right. What more could you ask for?
What belt is he getting?
The IBF strap, dog. They're fighting for the IBF middleweight championship of the world. This will be Danny Jacobs' first official belt that he's ever won in his career. Because mind you, he had the WBA regular strap. That wasn't the real belt. Facts. These are facts I'm dropping right now, buddy. You're bearing witness to it. Yeah. This is real shit, dog. This is Jacobs' first official belt that he's getting, dog. Come on, man.
Yeah, he needs a title. That's one thing Danny Jacobs needs.
Damn, man. These dudes be trying me in the comment section. They not even ready, man. God damn.
Yeah. Boy, I'm telling you, man. If Danny Jacobs pull out that win, man, I want to see him and Charlo fight. You know, depending on what the dates are in between. He will have to probably take a little time off to fight Charlo because he's fighting Selecki, maybe. So I would love to see Danny Jacobs and Jamal Charlo get at it. Because they've been, you know that little interview they had, apparently when they was going at each other's throats, at each other's necks. I want to see them get in the ring. And no more of this, maybe we can do this and do that. And then Jamal Charlo they was talking about why didn't Danny Jacobs drop his fight. He can't do that. He can't drop his fights.
No,
so
plus if you Danny Jacobs and you got the bag and you got this strap in front of you, Charlo ain't got no strap. He's trying to get a strap. It's ready to be strap season for Danny Jacobs if he can get the win, But they're saying Deverenchenko ain't no easy win, though. They're saying Deverenchenko could possibly sleep Danny Jacobs. And we all know he's got a suspect-ass chin. He got almost slept by Mora, the 50-year-old Mora. Dude got knocked down like twice against Mora. And then they have a rematch, too. I mean, who wanted to see that shit, dude? Not me.
But he did blow him away in the rematch, though. We got to put that out there. He blew him away.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody trying to see. This dude was on the Contender season 1 in fucking 95.
But I'm a fan of getting these mandatory some shots, man. People, they fought their way up and they can't even get a title shot. That's unfair to me. Even sometimes when they're bums, or if you can say they're just unknown, like an Ocampo, they deserve their shot at the title, man. I can't be doing like all these money fights and all this. This guy has more money. You have to give these guys a chance, man. Or they ain't gonna never be able to show themselves. And then then if you try to bring up who they fought, that's their chance to prove themselves. You ain't gonna never know until they fight somebody.
But you gotta understand, though, man, when this shit is going down like this, man, a lot of people say the bag ain't right, the money ain't right, this ain't right, that ain't right. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, though, man. Boxing is a business. This ain't the amateurs anymore. If the bag ain't right, the fight ain't happening, dog. You can stamp that. Yeah, that's real shit right there. Those are facts.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that the bag is right? You know what I mean? With other fighters out there, we don't know. We're not. And then for channels, YouTube channels to say, oh, I know this is going on. I know that's going on, man. Man, 85% of these motherfucking YouTube channels, dog, they don't know shit, man. They say some channel, but that's why a lot of them don't speak on this shit if they don't know the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't speak on something that you're that you're rumored to know about. You know what I mean? You can speak on it, but I'm not. I mean, that's a rumor, though. Those aren't facts. I like to hear facts when I'm listening to, anything. You know what I mean? I like to hear facts. Is this really going to happen? Is this really how much you're getting paid? You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, if the bag ain't right, the fight ain't happening. That's just the bottom line.
Who's the greatest?
The bottom line.
Who's the greatest middleweight of all time in your opinion?
The greatest middleweight of all time? I don't know, man. It's a bunch of them, man. Who you think?
Probably Sugar Ray Robinson.
What you gonna say, Hagler, or who you gonna talk?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you and say I was gonna ask you and then say how would you think they would do in today's division?
I don't know. I think Hagler was a pretty good middleweight.
He probably would blow away. He probably would blow away everybody.
I love his ferociousness, like a prime Hagler. Oh man, this dude was like Triple G times 2. I mean, just the way he just ran through dudes, like it was just, Now a boxer could give Hagler problems. A boxer with punch, a boxer with a bang to it, you know what I mean, could give Hagler problems. But those are far few in between. Like a boxer puncher, a true boxer puncher, which I think Leonard was. Because he's had some devastating knockouts.
Yeah,
but he could box too, though.
He could. And that was the thing. People don't understand how good Sugar Ray Leonard's power was when he knocked out David. What was it? I think it was Green. We knocked out that white kid.
Lawrence Williams says Corey Lee boxing. I always hit you with the facts. Oh man, you already know Lawrence Williams. You up in there, dog. I know you hit me with the facts, dog. You already know, dog. That's all love.
But I had one to get your opinions, just like compare it because it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun to talk about.
I wanted to get my opinion on who's like the best middleweight of all time. That's what you wanted to ask me. So I mean, I would.
You didn't grow up in Felix Trinidad, or you didn't like Roy Jones. You didn't like
I mean, I think Roy. Bernard run too, though. You can't forget about Bernard Hopkins, though. Bernard Hopkins had like 20 plus middleweight defenses. The real middleweight defenses, not that bullshit WBA regular title that they counted for Triple G. They counted like 10 with the WBA regular joint.
I didn't know it was the IBF, like the 21 defenses he got.
No, that's why they was up and roar about that shit because Triple G had defended it. The WBA regular. They're pretty much saying, how can you count Triple G's 20 title defenses or whatever he had when 10 of them were with the WBA and there was another champion on top of him? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Do you see what it? And I can respect people that said that. No, dude, that ain't right. That's like 2 champions in a sanctioning body, in one sanctioning body. That ain't right.
Yeah, it was the WBA and the IBO.
That WBA regular belt should be demolished. Finished it.
What about the IBO?
The IBO is it's iffy. You know what I mean? It's iffy. Shout out to my boy Thulaney, man. He's got the IBO belt. It's a start. It's a start, man. It's a start.
Lawrence Williams comes back in the chat knowing his stuff. Davey Boy Green. It was, in fact, Davey Boy Green who Sugar Ray Leonard knocked out that devastating left hook. Shout out to Lawrence Williams, man. He knows his stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised Lawrence Williams to get in there, yeah.
We have to give him a sugar next to his name, man. Like Curtis Anderson, man. Give him a sugar. Because he knows his stuff.
Oh, Curtis. They call Curtis Anderson, what they call him, Sugar?
Yeah, Kurt Sugar. Like Burt Sugar.
Kurt Sugar, yeah. Shout out to Curtis Anderson, man. Leonard beat Hagler 115-113. That's what I'm saying, though, Curtis Anderson. That's why I said Hagler had his kryptonite. His kryptonite was boxer punchers, but they were far few in between. And they still are right now, man. It's so hard to find a true boxer puncher. I think Andre Ward was one because he had pop, though. He had pop. Andre Ward had pop.
I think Andre Ward is more like a Winky Wright to me. He was strong as
No.
I
Andre
think.
Ward had real power. That
I
that
don't.
that
I don't know, man.
transferred to the higher division. I mean, he hurt Kovalev, dude. And this was before Kovalev was really hurt like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
Nobody
feel
had
like any,
avoided him before he fought him. You know, Darnell Boone, I think, knocked down Adonis Stevenson, but he got back up and,
he
pretty
knocked
much.
he knocked down Kovalev. He knocked down Kovalev in the first fight. It's not available on YouTube no more. But yeah, he knocked down Kovalev.
Yeah, they took that
I
shit
think the
away.
thing is with Andre Ward, he's more like a Winky Wright. He's really strong, but his power wise, like punch for punch, isn't all that great. He can put the punches better than anybody. But I feel like if he hits you with the perfect shot, then he can knock you out. I was saying, what if a James Toney
Oh,
was
Curtis
fighting?
Anderson, the Hearns and Mugabe fight took a lot out of Hagler. Yeah, because they were
Yeah,
fighting neck and neck. Like those are you. We haven't seen any. We see fights like that, but they're more towards. They're fights like that more happen with the Mexican fighters. You don't see a lot of African American fighters fighting like that, like toe to toe. Like I'm gonna knock your head off. You gonna knock my head off. Well, let's see
yeah,
you do it first. Like
that's
you know what I
rare.
mean? Like
Yeah,
yes, sir. Like yeah.
Hagler Hearns, yeah.
Yes,
Like
sir, man. That shit was
toe to
just
toe.
man.
Yeah, it's rare.
I mean, that shit, that Mojave fight he's talking about, I watched that fight a couple times.
I
Dude,
heard Thomas Hearns
that
was
dude
supposed to fight.
I think Hagler might have had a concussion in that fight. Seriously. I know that back then they didn't really know what concussions was and stuff like that, man. But a fight like that where you're taking flush shots, these are flush shots for numerous rounds. Then
Yeah,
Mojave just couldn't take it anymore and got finished.
yeah. He basically Wolverine from X-Men, bro. He got adamantium in his skull or something, man. He takes some heavy bombs, man.
I'm like, dude, I thought Mike Tyson's chin was official. This dude Hagler's chin was definitely official. I mean,
Yeah,
he was just built like he was just built like a fucking boxer, man. That's what a boxer's supposed to be built like. You know what I mean? If you can make a fucking created boxer, Hagler would be obviously Mike Tyson, Javante Davis type stature, this short and stocky type fighter. But Hagler, man, for that weight division, I think he was just perfect for that weight division, man. He was just like a mini Tyson almost. Like he was just so ferocious. Like, you know what I mean? But he lasted longer than Tyson did. He lasted more years than Tyson did. You know what I mean? Tyson only had a good, 2-3 year run, 4-year run. I mean, and then it was night, Well, 4-year run, I believe. I don't remember some of those first couple fights. I thought to be honest with you, if you want to count Mike Tyson's run, you gotta really pretty much count his run from when he was champion until he lost. And that was a short time span. You know what I mean? That wasn't long at all.
it was kind of like Riddick Bowe's run.
Riddick Bowe and Mike Tyson, they should have fought. But as soon as Mike Tyson lost that title, I said Buster Douglas is gonna get demolished by whoever he fights next. I just knew it. I had it in my head. I knew Buster Douglas wasn't ready for the Evander Holyfields of the world, the Lennox Lewises of the world, the Riddick Bowes of the world. I mean, it was just seasons greeting for this prick. You know what I mean? It was just game time.
To be honest, I didn't think that he got knocked out that way by Evander Holyfield. I didn't expect something like that because I didn't grow up with watching.
But you know what? That Riddick Bowe and that just like Curtis Anderson says that Hagler versus Mugabe fight took a lot out of Hagler. That fucking that Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield took a lot out of Holyfield, though, in my opinion. That's just in my opinion. I know it didn't show until later down the road, but I just think it did, man. Just the way he fought like Lennox Lewis and stuff like that. I just think that Riddick Bowe fight took a lot out of him, in my opinion. That's just in my opinion.
Wait, are you saying Evander Holyfield took a lot out of Riddick Bowe, or Riddick Bowe took a lot
I'm
out of
saying Riddick Bowe took a lot out of Evander Holyfield because Evander Holyfield was a smaller fighter. Mind you, he's a natural cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then he muscled up. You know, Riddick Bowe ain't never thought about being a cruiserweight. Riddick Bowe was a man. He was a beast.
You want to know the funny thing? You can tell, you know, some people might go on and have their suspicions about, you know, whether he took PEDs, but Evander Holyfield is, man, that guy has a chin, man. Who goes up in weight, you know, cleans out the cruiserweight division, comes up and fight guys like Riddick Bowe, who was 30 pounds bigger than him on fight night. Can you believe that? And he got knocked down one day.
You know they said it's another fun fact for you. I was watching you know, Holyfield, when Holyfield fought an African fighter, I forgot his name. I think his name was Mojave or some shit as well. Did you know? And I think that was a cruiserweight. This is when Evander Holyfield was at cruiserweight. Did you know when he was at cruiserweight? Listen, he was at cruiserweight when he fought a guy named Mojave or some shit. I can't remember his name all the way, but I'll look it up and I'll let you know. But Evander Holyfield fought him at cruiserweight. Did you know that Evander Holyfield lost 30 pounds the fight night? The fight, that's how brutal this fucking fight was.
He did what? He did what?
He lost 30 pounds in the fucking fight.
I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy, you know.
I'm being honest, man. I'm being honest.
I heard stories like
I'm being honest, man. I'm being honest though, man. I'm being honest.
I think if he lost that much weight, he probably would have passed out. You know, I don't know if it's that much because I heard stories like you remember how they said Larry Holmes apparently lost like 11 pounds when he fought like George. I mean, I'm sorry, not George. When he fought Jerry Cooney or when he fought Ernie Shavers. They used to say stuff like that, but I don't know about 30 pounds. That means that guy just basically dead meat.
Matter of fact, it might have been like 20 pounds, but it was a significant amount of weight though. It was like a shocker when I heard it, and this was from like an ESPN televised joint. This was like seriously though. This was like
those
some
venues
real shit.
Hot,
I'm ready.
Those venues were hot. They were like 80 degrees plus.
That's how, it was hot too. That's what they were saying. It was against Dwight Commey. Now hold on. Nah, it won't get him. Hold on.
Talking about Dwight Muhammad Commey?
Nah, I won't. Nah, hold on.
Jackson?
Nah, hold on. Yeah, it was against him. It was against Dwight Muhammad Quay, but it was the first fight they fought. They fought in a rematch, and Holyfield destroyed him in a rematch.
Yeah, he knocked him out.
But I'm talking about the first fight. That shit went 15 rounds, dude.
Yeah, that was a war, man.
That shit went 15 rounds of war.
And I really like Dwight Muhammad Quay. He probably has one of the best head movement out of all the cruiserweights or heavyweights. The guy came in at a fight, and Evander Holyfield was hitting him with bombs, and he wasn't giving up. And the second fight kind of showed it was a little different. He knocked him out kind of quick. But that first fight, man, I still watch that fight to this day, man. Evander Holyfield, he was boxing, he was punching, he was boxing, he was punching. He wasn't going nowhere.
Evander Holyfield lost some serious weight in that fight, dude. From what I
can believe it. I don't know if it's 30, but I can believe it, man. The guy really came to fight. All that bouncing on your toes, you never see cruiserweights and heavyweights fight like that. The guy literally bounced on his toes like every 5 seconds. The guy was a machine, man. He was a Terminator, and it was a shotgun.
The fight was called War on October 4th.
Really? Yeah. Man, I gotta go home and watch. I gotta watch that fight again, man. One of the classic. one of the classic fights.
Look. Listen, this is a fact that I'm pulling up on Google right now, you guys. On Google right now, you guys. I'm reading this on Google right now. This is on boxing247.com, you guys. All right, this is my source. Okay, it says question. Is it true you lost something like 12 pounds of weight through fluid loss in that great fight with Commey? And did you even consider retirement because of the fight was so grueling and tough? Evander Holyfield replied, and I quote, I did lose 15 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
It did cross my mind to quit. Yes. But what stopped me from quitting was I said to myself, I'd rather die than quit. Quay told me, you'll never make it. I wanted to make it to the end of the 15th round and prove him wrong. And later I reconsidered what I said. I didn't want to die. But my manager at the time, Kevin Sanders, he told me I'd never be in as tough a fight ever again. And he was right. I was never in that tough of a fight ever again in my career.
Well, man, there's been some fights in Van Holyfield. That guy's been war
But you
after
got to
war.
understand,
Because
these are 15 rounders. This isn't a 12 rounder or a 10 rounder. This is a 15 rounds, and it went to the very end of the bell. All blows, blow for blow. Can you go? Can you last?
Of it. There's a reason they got rid of it. Yeah.
He lost 15 pounds of bodily fluids.
It was basically fighting on Satan's belly button, how hard it was in there.
I mean, can you believe that? He lost 15 pounds of bodily fluid throughout a 15-round grueling fight. He said after the fight, he did think about quitting because he didn't want to die after the fight was over. He said, I didn't want to die. He told his manager, he said, look, I don't want to be, if this is, if I'm going to be in a fight like this every time, I'd rather not be in boxing. His promoter said, you won't never be in a fight this tough again. And he was right. That's what Evander Holyfield, said. He said my promoter was right. I wasn't in a tougher fight than that. And Evander Holyfield had been in some wars, man. But that was the come up of Evander Holyfield. Mind you, that was the come up, man. And I mean, when you lose 15 pounds in one fight, dude, I don't care who you are. You're possibly never going to be the same again. I mean, that's just how bad that fight was. Could you imagine losing 15? Could you imagine Battle Rifle being in a 15-round war? Could you imagine that, dude?
Heck no. I couldn't do that, man. It's tough, man.
Could you imagine? He said that Quay was telling him, talking to him throughout the fight and said, you'll never make it. You'll never make it to the end. That's what Evander Holyfield said. That's what Quay said to him. And he finally made it, man. But he said he never felt like that in his life before. Could you imagine, though?
No, I couldn't. I mean, can you imagine how much Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard lost on their fight?
No, but they said that it was so hot where they were fighting at Quay versus Quay versus Holyfield. Did you know how hot it was in that arena or wherever they were fighting at? I was watching the live. I watched the full fight within its entirety, all 15 rounds. And all you kept hearing the announcers was saying it's so hot in here. That's all they kept saying. Could you imagine? They're not even fighting.
Did you have you ever seen a fight between Sugar Ray Robinson and when he fought Joey Maxim?
Man, I just know, man. That shit is just crazy, man. Like,
you ever seen that?
I just keep thinking about this dude Quay, man. But you know what's so crazy? That fight must have took so much out of him that he fought him again. He fought Quay again. And he fought Quay in 1986. All right. And then that's when he first won his world title. Okay. He won it in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He won his world title, and Evander Holyfield won his world title in 12 pro fights. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fights after he beat Quaye, he fought him in a rematch. 5 fights later, a year and a half later, he fought Quaye again.
Fighters don't even fight that much right now.
And knocked him out in 4 rounds, dude. Complete destruction. But man, dude,
that is right, Curtis Anderson. The Camden Buzzsaw. Yeah, you got it right. Dwight Braxton, man, came out of prison fighting.
Who was that guy?
Kate. Dwight Muhammad Qari. His original name was Dwight Braxton. He changed it. He fought. He came. I think he was in prison and he started boxing in prison. He came out. Started fighting. He wasn't. I think I heard from him. I don't see his earliest footage. He said he wasn't all that good, but he was in such a good gym.
Is he still living? They're saying he's still living on.
Yeah,
they're saying he's still.
Yeah, he's still good. I think he's a Hall of Famer. You can see him. On a little Hall of Famer things what Oscar De La Hoya would be doing when they be passing out trophies and stuff. And he's not punch drunk or anything. The guy fought.
That's why I was
really good people.
Punch drunk. That's why I said was he punch drunk?
No, he's not punch drunk at all.
But he fought all the way up until 1998. Did you know that? That's a fun fact.
I think the last fight he fought. I think the last person he fought was probably George Foreman. But
the last person he fought was Tony La Rosa.
His brother killed his father. I don't think I know. I didn't know that.
Who brother killed whose father?
Apparently, Dwight Braxton's brother killed his father.
Wow, that's not a fun fact, but that's a fact.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not even punch drunk. He fought. Let's see. He fought. I think he fought Matthew.
Hey, guess where his birthplace was, though, dog?
What?
Baltimore, Maryland, baby. The DMV. Shout out, dog. Yeah.
You from Baltimore?
We got some good ones out here. Yeah, I'm from the DMV area, dog. You know what time it is. I'm from out here in Virginia, but it's pretty much like around the same area. You know what I mean? Like we're all like around the same, little melting pot out here. But
you still there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, he kind of went out in and out. He fought. He fought. Yeah, thanks, Curtis Sanders. He filled me in when I.
Curtis Anderson
when I'm stopping.
With the facts, man.
he KO'd Dwight Muhammad Qari. Huh? Just somebody got a channel talking about boxing.
Tell him I said what's up, man. This is Corey Lee Boxing, dog. Yeah. Who is that? Your mom?
It's my cousin.
Oh, all right. But yeah, man. But Chad, that was some fun facts, Curtis Anderson. He said he KO'd Saudi Muhammad twice. Damn, these some older guys too, man. That y'all talking about.
But do
you think he was ever the same after that?
He actually had probably like a decent run. He didn't win a lot of fights probably after that. He fought. Well, maybe
he lost a 15-round unanimous decision to Michael Spinks. Remind you, Michael Spinks is the same Michael Spinks that got knocked out by Mike Tyson, and Michael Spinks stopped fighting after Mike Tyson. That was Michael Spence's last fight, and Michael Spence knocked out Gary Cooney. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, he knocked out Jerry Cooney. Yeah, they wasn't favoring him to win. Michael Spinks is like a top 3 light heavyweight. The guy was a beast, man. The guy could really box, man. He beat Matthews. No, wait, he didn't beat Matthew Salaam. He beat Dwight Muhammad Qari. The guy beat who else he beat? He beats that southpaw. I can't remember his name. I think Curtis Anderson is going to have to fill me in. But he was a beast, man. He was an official beast. He beat Larry Holmes, them 2 times. He beat I have to look him up, man. Michael Spinks was a beast, though. And you can look at the fight when he fought Michael Spinks. Dwight Muhammad Qari gave him a really good fight. He came there in there to fight. But Dwight Muhammad Qari, he's just not on the level of Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks can actually really, really box. He had cleaned out the 175 division before he even moved up. He couldn't move up the cruiserweight because there wasn't no name, so he just jumped up 2 divisions. Let's
You gotta
see.
understand, man. This dude Kwawi that we talking about, he has got a long, lengthy history, man. Of
Mhm.
fights. And you said he was locked up.
Yeah, he was locked up. He was in jail. I think he started learning to box in jail.
What
And
he what
he
did he
can't.
get locked up for?
I can't remember. I just realized because he was one of those boxers that how usually when a boxer had like a trouble past, you can remember that first. I can't remember why he got in it because I remember Bernard Hopkins was a person in jail before he actually came out and started fighting. But Dwight Muhammad Quarry, really good fighter, man. Fought Leon Spinks, beat Leon Spinks. Fought Evander Holyfield, gave him two tough fights. No, gave him one tough fight. That was 4 round knockout. He was giving George Foreman hell. And you know how tall Dwight Muhammad Kari is? The guy's like 5'6".
I get real emotional. Yo, but go ahead. What was he saying though?
And Dwight Muhammad, he gave George Foreman like hell, and he was out of shape. You know how tall he is? He's like 5'6". Curtis Anderson coming in again. He lost the Quarry KO like Leon Spinks. Eddie Mustafa beat Eddie Mustafa Muhammad and beat Marvin Johnson. Yep, two other good fighters. Marvin Johnson. Remember Southpaw. He beat It says Kari armed. He was in jail for armed robbery. That's why he was in jail. Let me look at some more fighters on this list, man. Who he beat.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Good fight though.
Let's see here. Dwight Muhammad Crowley beat James Scott. Another good name. And trying to figure out. Beat Eddie Davis. 11 round TKO. And beat Michael Greer. So
He's
he
got
got
some
some good.
good wins, dude. He
He got some.
definitely got some good wins. So, but you know what though? That's probably yo. I know it's been later down, but that's probably when Evander Holyfield maybe was in a little too tough on that one particular fight. You know what I mean? I mean, he fought this guy Quay in fucking what 11 pro fights? Like that's crazy. That
Yeah,
tested his will
Evander
though.
Holyfield. Evander Holyfield, one of the few fighters that could probably go in less than a dozen fights, win a title. Lomachenko
But
can
that's
do
what I'm
it.
saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like my boy Usyk did it. My number one pound for pound fighter
Yeah,
in the world.
Lomachenko
Like,
can do it. Usyk can do it. Evander Holyfield can do it. And you probably got certain people like Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, but he's one of the few fighters that can actually go at less than a dozen fights and get a title out of the amateurs, like straight out of the amateurs. Guy was a beast, man. He's been in a war like almost every fight, man. When he fought Michael Dokes moving up in weight. When he fought people like Burt Cooper, man, like uppercutting his head nearly off his neck, man. He fighting
oh
people
my,
like George Foreman, War. Yeah, he basically beat George Foreman for like the whole fight. But George Foreman, he still hanged in there. He had a good chin. He came in there ready to fight. He fought uh who was that? What was that guy's name? He had like all knockouts, and it was a bloodbath. You ever seen Evander Holyfield versus Alex Stewart?
Alex Stewart?
Yeah, he had like all knockouts. I think he had like 27 knockouts in 27 fights.
No, I ain't never knew about that.
Go check that out when we're out here, man. That was a bloodbath. He beat Alex Stewart behind. Basically just a bloodbath.
Oh really?
And I think that was when he was at cruiserweight. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, man, it's good. Talk about boxing with you guys. I can always go all day, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna head off though. I'm ready to get me some shut eye, man. Like I said, man, it was awesome, man. Talking this boxing, man. Let everybody know where they can follow you at, though, man. It should be awesome, though. Let everybody know, though, bro.
Well, you can follow me here on my channel. Battle Rifle. I'm still setting up the social media platforms, and I'm going to start posting you guys. I know I keep saying it, but I'm really going to. Just sorting some things out right now. And smash that like button if you haven't already. 15 people. Smash the like button, and Corley, I'm really, happy, took the time out and let me get on your channel. You didn't have to, but you did. So I respect you, and I hope we can do this again.
Oh man, no doubt, man. Good talking boxing with you, man. We was up for a long one on this one, man. But yeah, man. Until the next time, you guys. We're gonna definitely get at you, man. Like I said, follow me on Instagram at Coily Boxing. And until the next time, you guys. This is Coily Boxing's Battle Rifle signing out. Thanks for all the guests today, too, man. Peace out, you guys. Later.